come and go with the Dallas Cowboys making a huge splash, trading and acquiring 2 players, defensive lineman and NFL All-Pro defensive tackle Quinnen Williams from the Jets in exchange for a 26th second-rounder and the hire of 2 first-round picks in 27, and Mozzie Smith. The San Antonio Spurs return to action tonight as they look to bounce back from their first loss of the season. They're in L.A. to take on the Lakers. The tip set for 9 p.m. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody. Happy hump day. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Oh, we made it.
The heavy breathing by all.
Oh, yes.
That's called an exhale.
Oh, yes. That is Madam Mayor. She was so excited last night. She was celebrating with Spurs Jesus.
Let me tell you.
Now, Spurs Jesus, I want to be there celebrating this victory with
I love
you.
a good front runner. I'm down, man. I'm down with a good front runner. I appreciate somebody who can read the tea leaves, can see the breezes blowing. I get it. I get it.
Well,
and she did.
She saw it, and here we are.
Yes, we are. Congratulations,
are.
San Antonio. You did it.
Yes. Boy, it was a lot closer.
Right?
Why?
No,
hold on. Why was Prop A so easily passed and Prop B was like
Because Prop A had county.
okay?
And there, the benefits for A are so easily measurable that it frees the rodeo to expand beyond February. That if there is this dream of being a mega rodeo like Houston, we can't be the week before Houston. So it'll allow some freedom of when they schedule the rodeo. It allows the opportunity to expand that region, that area
They
into
don't
this.
want to be the week before Houston.
There's always, San Antonio puts on a hell of a rodeo, but Houston's rodeo is the rodeo. You know what I
Right.
mean? And we are the week before, or 2 weeks before. So we're kind of like, we'll never get the super acts because they're always going to Houston.
So kind of how the TPC here, like the San Antonio,
Trying to find its
like
niche.
you don't want to be right before the Masters
No,
because
you get skipped, and to equate the rodeo with the TPC is not really fair to the rodeo. The
Okay.
rodeo is extraordinary. It really is one of the best and really airtight, well-run rodeos. If you've been to a few, you know what I'm talking about. But Houston is just the rodeo. You know
Right.
what I mean? And we'll never be that size. But if we want to be able to book the bands and bring in bigger names, we got to be further away from Houston because they're not going to win, say, in Texas for 2 weeks in a row.
Well, also, one difference is Houston's playing in a
gigantic building.
Yeah, like a
But that
football
doesn't
stadium.
mean the dome might not be available for such things.
Okay.
I'm not saying that would ever happen, but I do think that it opens up the rodeo. So that was such an easier vote. That was a fair vote, and we're making up for some past promises that were not kept when the place was first built. So all those that were, that one wasn't hard. And also the COPS and the Metro, COPS being COP East, the communities organized, the group, has no foothold in the county. They ain't block walking in the county. This is inner city votes. This is priests and community organizers organizing downtown districts to get that segment of the vote out to vote anti. And there's not that populace in the county, so it's a much easier vote, and you can tell by the numbers. Inner city vote, they showed up. There was passion. We saw a lot of people show up at an off time, but the numbers bore out, and we knew once the early vote came in that it would probably hold true given the number of people that early voted, and it did. It held pretty tight to the original vote. So not unexpected to be tight, but at the end of the day, it did cover. Only thing that happened, and this is the last of politics, everything that was pro or con, yes, for affirmation of things, pretty much covered yesterday, except for, at least on the local ballots, except for school district funding. Those tax raises did not hit, but everything else covered yesterday. So those that were passionate about the fours, the pros yesterday, won just about every race.
Well, there you go. Good job, San Antonio. Looks like we will be moving forward.
Absolutely awesome news. And we'll look back on this vote and we'll think it was silly, just like we look back on the Alamo Dome vote as itself. It was silly. Now, some of the ramifications didn't quite pan out, but we look back on that and go, that's a no-brainer. We're awfully happy we had the Dome. No second thoughts, even though the Dome carried by a few more votes. It had a little bit bigger of a percentage, but at the end of the day, we'll look back and go, I don't know why there was so much commotion. Now we got to get through the pain of the remodel of downtown.
Now that's going to be a bitch.
And that's going to be an absolute bitch for the next 5 years. So, yeah, we're going to be bitching about there's no place to park, there's no place to go, and we're going to lose some businesses, and it's going to be a mess. But as is progress, it's going to be a little bit tougher. But let's remember today as one of those turning points in our history when we decided to bring in the World's Fair and bring in Hemisphere, when we decided to build the Dome, when we decided or had to build the Frost, and now when we have the ability to do something truly spectacular. When you go buy your ticket or when you're standing outside the All-Star Game in 2031, just remember this day.
Yeah. So it looks like Prop A, I think these are the final numbers, around 56% to 44% on Prop A and 52 to 48% for Prop B. Appear to be around. I mean, I'm sure there's still stuff that isn't counted, but
there's the difference is so astronomical. There will be no shift.
Right.
There's no way a recount could even begin to come up with more than 2, 3, 4, 5 votes.
Just under 20% voter turnout,
which is extraordinary for an off-schedule election. It really is high.
It's a good number.
But that was across the country. There's a whole lot of political vigor around the country now for a lot of reasons. So, not unexpected.
But yeah, this is a big deal for San Antonio. We will move forward.
Yes, sir. Onward and upward.
Despite the best efforts of some.
I think
like Vic.
Now that we've won, can we all chip in and buy Peter Holt a new coat? Can we chip in and go take the Doc Severinsen band leader jacket off of him?
I think he likes that coat.
It is. I know he does. He's wearing it a couple of times, and it's probably like his good luck charm, but the Sgt. Pepper Spurs jacket has got to go.
Have you ever had friends who, they wear clothes unironically that, you don't know how to tell them, hey, man, you shouldn't wear that?
Well, I've noticed that I have a particular shirt that in all the fun things, I always seem to have that shirt on.
Oh, yeah, your chicken shirt.
My chicken shirt. And every time there's that was a great night, I'd take a look at it. And I'm wearing the same shirt. So I get it, Peter. I'm one of you. I need to get another shirt. So do you. You need to get another jacket. Maybe a Marvel superhero jacket.
My old co-host, rest in peace, but he used to wear a sport coat that had the big elbow patches.
Yeah, the suede elbow. Oh, what? Fancy.
And
it's a suede gun pouch.
And but I was like, I said, Fred, you shouldn't wear that.
You're too young.
That's it's not a good look. And he's like, what are you talking about? I was like,
this is badass.
I was like, no,
Suede.
You don't want. I think his were actually like leather.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I was like, no, that's not good, man. And it took me a while to tell him, hey, man, this isn't something you should do.
See, this has become an affectation.
I think it's hard to tell people, especially people close to you, hey, man, that's not a good look for you.
Yeah,
you shouldn't do that.
And some people frankly don't care. But
I know. I've tried with Famous James. Famous James, who only wears
Vans,
slip-on Vans.
That's the only shoe he
which
ever
is
wears. And a lot of different ones, but it's the only thing he wears.
Which is okay if you're a 13-year-old boy, but we're talking about a grown adult man who doesn't own shoes other than slip-on Vans, and it's like.
Yeah, he's a musician.
I know.
And as a man who aspired most of his working life to get out of a suit and tie, the moment I didn't have to wear that anymore, I went to James's level. I mean, I was coming to work in chanclas. I mean, I let it go because it was freeing. I don't have to do it.
I get it.
But then you have to, at some point, have some self-respect.
Yeah.
You just can't look like a bum.
It's crazy.
And that's, yeah.
Well, and also, I mean... He says he's celibate I don't know.
There's some reasons. We used to like. When
I don't know if it's voluntary or not.
What did they call the glasses that they gave you in basic?
BCGs, birth control glasses.
Yeah, BCGs. So there are birth control devices you can put on to prevent yourself from ever having sex, and Vans might be one of them.
Yeah, slip-on Vans when you're in your 40s or 50s. I don't know how old James is, but in your 40s or 50s, it's probably a good device.
And the thing is, you might want to have. It's not like you don't want to, but you put those on and you won't.
Yeah,
it's a birth
over.
control device. It really is.
Over. It's like
sad.
And that Jeep he drives, it looks ugly. I don't like it.
Oh, I like the Jeep.
I don't like it.
I do.
It's like if your underwear or like you wear tidy whities, but you could tell when tidy whities are like 10 years old and they're all like kind of
gray and
they're
saggy.
not white.
They're like saggy and stained.
They're
It's like
beige.
a gal sees you take your pants off and she sees those.
Nope.
You might as well put those pants right back
Go
on.
right. And if you do have them on, just go straight down, man. Go take them off with the pants. Don't let her see them. Don't let her see them. Act like you've gone commando. You're a real man.
Go.
That's right.
That's what you do.
That's see, young kids, listen to the men around you.
Yes.
You'll learn the hard way, or you'll listen to us.
And also, like, be a friend to those who wear bad clothes or like I shouldn't say bad clothes. Who wear bad clothes unironically.
Well,
like I said,
there's such a fine line between dressing and costumes. you cross the line into a costume.
And
I
think that Peter Holt. I mean, Peter Holt, I would assume, is a man of wealth and taste who.
Somebody just tap him on the shoulder and say, "Why don't you put that in the Hall of Fame? Why don't you put that on a hanger and put it behind some glass?"
In my mind, I think it's ironic that he's wearing
maybe,
it.
but looking like Sergeant Pepper up there on the stage, we did this. It doesn't. It just didn't. I don't know. I guess I'm glad we got a cool young owner, but
yeah,
it's the little things. I can pick on that kind of stuff because we won.
That's true. That's true. Oh, imagine he had to give like a concession speech wearing that thing.
Well, I wonder what Mrs. Is there a Mrs. Peter J. Holt?
Oh, there's got to be.
Got to be, right?
I bet there's a side Mrs.
There might be a couple of.
Oh yeah, there's one with a prenup. Oh yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, maybe she should step in and go. Honey.
You never know.
Maybe just put on a half zip.
Listen,
you don't have to be down with the kids.
It depends on how long they've been together.
That matters too.
Yeah, if they are together pre-money, then she can say that.
Well, there's no pre-money. There's always been money.
Oh well,
he's the son of a billionaire.
Yeah, he was born
he's the son of a son of a son of a billionaire.
Well, in that case, then she ain't saying a word. If anytime you marry into that kind of money, you're along for the ride. You keep your mouth shut. At least that's what I would be.
I was going to say, my wife
if I married wealthy
had a greater effect on my wardrobe when we were newly married because I didn't know I hadn't got out of the I'm still trying to get laid all the time mode. I better look good doing it. And then you start realizing it's going to happen no matter what I have on.
That's true.
And then your attitude kind of changes.
Well,
you get a lot more comfortable.
That's my mustache.
And my consistent panda bear shape.
It's a kung fu panda. It's a good kind. It's a strong panda.
In the tummy, I giggle.
It's a strong panda. We've got some great giveaways today. I've got some John Mulaney tickets there for Austin, and I've got
yeah, I just read that myself.
I've got movie tickets.
With you. Ooh.
I've got movie tickets to go see the new Predator movie, Predator Badlands.
And that's Thursday. That's day after tomorrow, or Friday night.
Where there appears to be a predator, at least in the previews, there's a predator of the predator. Oh,
yeah, they look more human, right?
Yes, but it's some sort of alien, not an alien, I guess. I don't know. It's some sort of higher being than a regular human.
See this
because it can hunt and chase the predator.
This is why theaters are still open.
For Predator Badlands.
For Predator 100%.
Badlands. And you should see it on IMAX.
Big monsters, man.
Yes. Oh, yes. So we'll give away those tickets as well. Here's what I want to do today. I don't know. Maybe I'll open it up around 7 o'clock. I think around 7 o'clock I want to open up the phones, 210-656-ESPN, and get some people's thoughts on the votes from yesterday. What do you think of that, Rob? We are not a phone call taking show, but I would love to hear from our audience about how the people of San Antonio feel today about this proposition passing.
And this is about just this vote.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to hear about like the
I don't give a damn what happened in New York.
No,
Don't give a damn.
none of that. None of that. California, New York,
I'll
that's
give
their
that.
problem.
That's not that they made their vote. We made ours. We're talking about
Virginia, we got nothing to do
that.
with that.
Cotton to
Virginia.
no Virginians.
That's right.
But we do cotton to a brand new A and B and a brand new Marvel. So if you were against, I was impressed with the other side. I'm not going to call them losers because they fought a good fight, but they kind of knew.
Yeah.
They were like, well, we just wanted to get people out and get them to know.
I kind of think anybody who voted against it just saw at the top. And my son called me on his way home from voting and said, it's not right that across the top of that Prop A and B it says this is a tax increase. Like, it's kind of misleading because they don't.
So,
and I was
man.
like, well, son, that's the way. Welcome to politics.
Yes,
it is
very much
kind
so.
of misleading. But I think a lot of the people who voted no just saw those big bold letters that said this is a tax increase.
Yeah, I think it didn't help, but I don't think a whole lot of people showed up with the polls without an agenda already in place, especially because the rest of that stuff were so easy softballs. Like, do you want to vote that there'll never be any kind of tax on any stock trades in Texas? Yeah, I'm for that. I mean, and everything just kind of blew up. So,
do you want your inheritance to not be taxed?
Yes, I'm for
I
that.
would like that.
Those were softballs. I think
A little
if you
late, but yeah, I'd like that.
It would have been confusing on a lot of ballots when you were electing a bunch of different officials. But you showed up to this election for one reason in San Antonio. If you were in San Antonio or Bexar County property. Now, if you're in Schertz and Converse, you were elected mayors and the likes. But you showed up pretty educated, yes or no on Prop B, whether it said this is a tax increase or not. I don't think anybody changed their mind because they read that first sentence. But it is scary. We
will be talking about that throughout the day. We got football to talk. Cowboys make a big deal. Boy, I wish I could say I was happy for it. I am.
Yesterday, when he had said he was going to do it, and I thought it was going to be Quinn and Williams because I know how Jerry operates. He deals with people face to face. That's why he made the deal with Amari Cooper, because it was the Raiders and he knew those guys. He was up in New York a couple weeks ago. He hung out with the ownership of the Jets. That deal began when they were face to face. He's an oil man, a shake your hand kind of deal, and I think this deal's been kind of cooking for the last couple of weeks, but I think the bidding went up for Quinnen as the Jets decided, and it ended up paying probably a little bit more than he thought he would, but he paid it.
Well, when the bidding went up, sometimes when you're at an auction, you need to know when to sit on your paddle.
Yeah, I think he painted himself into a corner, and I'm not happy with the situation he's in, but I'm not mad at him for trying something.
Well, we'll talk about that as well today. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your early morning commute, it's going to take you about 15, 17 minutes to get through 1604 westbound I-10 on over to 281. 1604 westbound Judson on over to Bulverde Road, that's in good shape. 281 southbound Bassey to 35, that's a 5-minute ride. On 35 northbound 1604 up to FM 1103, 6-7 minutes. And I-10 eastbound Loop 410 to 35, 5-minute ride. Everything right now rolling at posted speeds. No major incidents going on. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, do give us a call on the traffic tip line, 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Starbucks. The pumpkin spice latte is back at Starbucks. Handcrafted with their signature espresso and real pumpkin sauce. Then topped with whipped cream, cinnamon, and nutmeg. PSL. Get it while it's hot or iced. Only at Starbucks.
The NBA is off to a great start, so are the Silver and Black. Jason Minix here from the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, and watching them makes it a lot more exciting when you're playing on Underdog. Fast breaks, buzzer beaters, block parties, the best place to get in on all the action, make your picks, and win money right now in Texas is on Underdog. I love playing the pick'em game. It's easy. You go higher or lower on player stats, points, rebounds, steals, and more. With Wemby, blocks need to always be in your business. What about Steph Castle? What about Dylan Harper? Get your picks right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash. Download the Underdog app today. Use promo code STAR to score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas. I absolutely love the Golf Club of Texas. They've made so many improvements to the golf course, from brand new cart paths to resodding the greens and fairways. You might think it's a private club, but it's not. It's open to the public 7 days a week. Best rates are always online at golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, you know where it is, right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LEAD25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LEAD25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LEAD25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1783. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-1783. That's 800-575-1783. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Hear that? It's holiday cheer arriving at Ulta Beauty with gifts for everyone on your list. Treat them to fan-favorite gift sets from Charlotte Tilbury and Peach & Lily. Go all out with timeless fragrances from YSL, Ariana Grande, and Carolina Herrera. And you can never go wrong with an Ulta Beauty gift card. Head to Ulta Beauty for gifts that make the holidays brighter and even more beautiful. Ulta Beauty. Gifting happens here.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. But what's more, MediShare members like it. We know this from member surveys. They like it a lot. It's a proven thing now. MediShare has been around for over 30 years. It's a Christian community of hundreds of thousands of people now. And here's the thing, too. If you join before November 15th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they will waive your application fee. So you save $100 right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call and you'll get a price within 2 minutes. Again, the deadline is November 15th, so call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Staples presents an easy holiday.
My holiday list was a mile long.
Fa la 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 boo hoo hoo.
Staples made it easy with big savings on tech gifts.
I'm listening.
And I saved big on custom holiday cards, too. Plus, Staples has UPS shipping in store.
Holy flying reindeer. Shop Staples today for 40% off custom cards, invites, wrapping paper, labels, stamps, and photo gifts.
That was easy.
In-store and online expires 11/15. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
One of the great top 10 all time.
All right. Trade deadline day.
Busy, man. I know there's numbers to prove it.
The 27 players that were traded in season this year.
Is that one of the busiest ever?
The most in 25 years.
Wow. It felt that way. Who'd have thought?
Some of the bigger moves yesterday, the Indianapolis Colts getting Sauce Gardner from the Jets.
Which sauce are they going to get? The hot sauce or the medium sauce?
I think it's medium sauce now. Like
last couple of years, it's been medium sauce.
Here's the thing about this, and this is what the Jets made out like bandits yesterday, and here's why. I think the Jets had a handful of players whose name value is greater than what return you're going to get for that name. Sauce Gardner is one of those. Sauce Gardner, at one point, I mean, he's one of the 2
years ago.
Yeah, was one of the best corners in the league. Looked like he was primed for greatness. Now, for this price, if he is not that, you're getting jobbed. The Colts give up 2026 first-round pick, a 2027 first-round pick, and Adonai Mitchell, who was their 2024 first-round pick. So
he's a placeholder. He's not
no
a player.
doubt.
Yeah, he's not.
No doubt. But
there's
credit to the Colts because they are all in.
The Colts they made this deal because of that. Like you said, this is an all or nothing. They have found money. These guys stumbled on a wallet and realized, holy crap, we got a Super Bowl chance here. And how exciting. This Irsay chick, the young owner, I'm all in. I appreciate an owner that's like, I smell it in the wind. Let's do this, especially in her first year doing it. Yeah, it's a risk, but even at Sauce Gardner's worst, and I heard this explained, and I'm not a big, quarterback ESPN dude, their quarterback dude, the skinny former Detroit dude that ran out of
Dan Orlovsky.
Orlovsky. I heard Orlovsky say this, and it's true. The way to get to the Super Bowl in the AFC is to play man coverage, because the way to get to the Super Bowl is either through Buffalo or Kansas City. That's in my mind, and I think you could throw Baltimore in there maybe, but that's the path. And to beat those two teams, you have to play man. You have to put man-on-man coverage so you can eyeball the quarterback. You can't. You're going to have to spy him. You have to protect that line of scrimmage. That's the way you beat him, and that's why they made this deal. They got a guy who maybe 2 years ago was one of the best, and even at his worst is still upper half. They paid through the nose for it, but damn it, they're all in. It's kind of like I saw the Rams do it a couple years ago. You know what? We see something, let's do this, and we'll suffer the pay ramifications later, but right now let's go win us a Super Bowl, or at least look good trying.
The Colts are currently going into this week 26th in the league in pass defense, 29th in third down defense, and 32nd in passing yards allowed outside the numbers.
So, okay, this is where numbers, to me, AJ, get in the way.
Okay.
Because you're going to give up a lot of pass yards when you're up by 14, 21 points in the fourth and you're playing a prevent, keeping everybody in front of you and you're giving dink and dunk passes. So they're not as bad as their numbers, but they're not Super Bowl caliber. I'm not saying they were good enough without him, but those numbers do tend to lie when you have leads in the fourth and you're just trying to protect the lead and you're grinding the ball and they're throwing deep every chance they get, and every now and then they get lucky and, all of that. So I don't think they're as bad as that, because you can't have that kind of record and be that bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it hid something, but I do think that they knew this defense, as currently structured, will lose in the playoffs.
I think you could say that.
So I think adding this at least gives them a puncher's chance for the next 2 years.
And they have, obviously they have to not have Daniel Jones have 5 turnovers.
Taylor's got to stay
week.
healthy. There's 100 things that go into it. And you're right. The weak link on this team is going to end up being their quarterback. They're fingers crossed, but right now they're all in. And if I'm a fan of both the league or the team, that's all I can ask, man. Are you at least trying?
Yeah. To me, that was the biggest move in the NFL yesterday. The second probably happened in Dallas, where the Cowboys acquired Quinnen Williams from the Jets for a 2026 second rounder and the better of the Cowboys and Packers first rounders in 2027 and Mozzie Smith. So, we don't have Mozzie to kick around anymore.
That's such a funny add-in. When I read the end of that deal.
This is such a...
If this happened 2 years ago, it'd be fun.
Oh, man.
But right now... I know you're more mad about this than I am.
It's just a lot to give up
a
guy who
38 years old.
I don't mean this in a I think Quinnen Williams is still
28. Yeah, he's
very good. Honestly, I think there's some real.
Yeah, he's really good.
This is an all-pro type player, but it doesn't make sense for a team that is going nowhere.
Okay.
So right now they have a 7% chance to make the playoffs.
Right.
7% chance. If you have a 7% chance to make the playoffs, you should be stockpiling draft capital.
I completely agree. But there's still, in Jerry's mind, you're saying there's a chance. But more in Jerry's mind, I do believe he painted himself into a corner. I don't think the plan was to give the higher, the 2, and this and that. Jerry wanted to make a deal for Quinnen, and I have a feeling the opening bid was, I'm not going to give you anything this year. I got to have these draft picks for this year. I got to save my face. I'm still dealing with Micah. But next year, things are in play. And that higher of the 2, I think, was the thing that sealed the deal because I think other teams were calling the Jets. I think this deal was in play from the moment they played in New York. I think Jerry met face-to-face with him, and they shook hands. They started to work on this deal. And suddenly Clinton got more popular as the Jets decided they were going to dismantle. And he had to pay more for it. And at that point, he was stuck. And I think on Monday night when he said, oh, yeah, we got a deal coming, I think he might have been thinking about maybe I can get the hell out of this thing because I've got myself into a bidding war where now I'm kind of stuck.
All right. Vic's telling me to take the break. We'll take a break. We'll continue this conversation. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1. I got to tell you about Blue Star Tequila. No flavoring, no sweetener, no coloring. It is 100% additive free. And that's the way it should be. And you're only tasting the goods, baby. And when I say the goods, how about this? The world's first and only 100% night harvested agave. I didn't even know that mattered until I started talking to the guys at Blue Star. And it turns out it allows the agave to be harvested while it's resting and out of that brutal heat, which brings out the flavors more. And, of course, in turn, makes a better tequila. Guys, if you haven't tried Blue Star, I don't know what you're waiting for. They took Blue Star Tequila up to the New York Spirits competition, and it dominated. Won double gold in the New York Spirits competition. That's the Añejo. And the Añejo also won Best in Class, which beat out every other tequila on the table, including those $800, $1,000 bottles that were sitting there next to it. In fact, it won that contest, and it was the least expensive bottle on the table. That is how you know this is the real deal. If you haven't tried Blue Star, now's the time to do it. You can find it at Specs, Costco, Alamo City Liquor, and Total Wine. That's Blue Star Tequila.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your early morning commute, it's going to take you about 15-17 minutes to get through 1604 westbound I-10 on over to 281. 1604 westbound Judson on over to Bulverde Road. That's in good shape. 281 southbound Bassett to 35. That's a 5-minute ride. On 35 northbound 1604 up to FM 1103, 6-7 minutes. And I-10 eastbound Loop 410 to 35, 5-minute ride. Everything right now rolling at posted speeds. No major incidents going going on. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, do give us a call on the traffic tip line, 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Hear that? It's Lowe's early Black Friday deals calling your name. Get up to 35% off select major appliances going on now. Shop early and save big at Lowe's. Valid through 11/4. Selection varies by location. Select locations only. While supplies last, see Lowe's.com for more details.
Target's early Black Friday deals are almost here, and they're bigger than ever. Take 40% off select gifts and holiday decor for 3 days only, starting this Thursday. Score can't-miss deals on new fits for the whole fam, festive lights and decorations to brighten your home, and even top toys like select Lego sets for endless holiday fun. Shop in-store or online, but don't miss out. These deals are going fast. 40% off gifts and holiday decor starts Thursday, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI agent can be set up in minutes to answer calls and questions 24/7, so you never miss a customer, lead, or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Sports fans, listen up. 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer, and bladder leaks can be a side effect. That's why Depend is teaming up with the Prostate Cancer Foundation to encourage screening. Because health is a long game, and it's yours to win. Now here's the cool part. Through November, Depend is contributing up to $300,000 to prostate cancer research by donating 25 cents for every purchase of Depend shields, guards, and Real Fit products. Void in Mississippi. Learn more at Depend.com.
Davis Law Firm secures important verdicts and settlements for Texans hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck. Many in the millions of dollars. No case is too big or too small. And remember, there's no fee unless we win. So if you want more, call the Fours. Davis Law Firm San Antonio, 444-4444.
It's a little quiet on the border these days. Illegal border crossings at an all-time low because Donald Trump and Senator John Cornyn have been fighting side by side to seal the border. Cornyn has led the charge in the Senate, funding more agents, more technology, and more miles of secure border wall, beating back Biden's border failures, taking the fight directly to the cartels. Cornyn stands with President Trump, voting with him 99% of the time, supporting Trump's nominees, confirming conservative judges who defend our Constitution, and together, Trump and Cornyn put America first. They've worked to keep our families safe and our border defended. Yep, it's quieter on the border now because real leadership gets results. Call and thank Senator John Cornyn, 713-572-3337, and tell him to keep delivering Trump's agenda. Paid for by Lone Star Freedom Project, LoneStarFreedomProject.com.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, it was a big day for the Cowboys trade-wise. What's the reaction? We'll ask RJ Ochoa, blogging the boys.
Of course, last night, big night at the polls. All the reaction from Prop A and Prop B. In fact, we'll talk about it with Councilman Mark White at 4:35.
And can the Spurs get back on track? They'll take it on the Lakers.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagel, and you're listening to the home of the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right, continuing this conversation on the Cowboys. Like I said, I love Quinn Williams, a player, but to pretend like he is an ascending
he's not.
caliber player is just wrong. His pass rush win rate, which has been elite for the last 5 seasons, is at its lowest rate ever.
And some of that's jet stink, I think.
Sure.
But
You think, does that change putting him on this defense?
Well, you never know. I just know that having the jet stink on you seems to be a bad thing. And once these guys leave the Jets, they kind of rebound a little bit. So some of that's that. But I also don't think they got him to win the pass rush win rate. They got this guy to plug up the middle to stop the freaking run. That's why he's here. And they put him next to the other guy they got in the trade, these 2 fire plugs, to eliminate up the gut running, to make Saquon turn and go around a corner, to stop the tush push, to end this. And then, whether they've done it right or wrong, the Cowboys continue to do by at least the method how you build a champion. Be physical. Get the best you can inside the tackles. Draft number 1 in the line on the offensive side. Spend the money on the defensive side of the ball. Just stop and dominate and be physical. So at least they've got a pattern. And I'll give him this. He's too old, and they're going to spend $25 million on a run stopper in 2 years. That's what they're about to do.
And
so
a run stopper whose arrow is going to start pointing down.
South. I get it. But right now, I'll give him the C for effort in that I believe in the law of inertia. And objects in motion tend to stay in motion. If you get yourself moving, it might not be the best step, but at least it's a step. And I'll give him the credit for taking the step. He paid through the nose. He got outbid by the best possible in the second year, but he didn't back out, and he went ahead and did it. So I'll give him credit for that, but I tell you what, in 2 years when we were writing that check, and he's averaging a tackle and a half, and a pressure every 3 games, and still being a solid run stopper, they're just not going to be able to get through him. But he's not going to get any credit for it.
Right.
It's just going to be a very difficult check to write because it really, it's not a showy position, and you can win without it.
Yeah.
But here he sits, and at least he did it, so I'll give him some credit. Now, on the other side, what have we been saying about the Cowboys? They don't need much. All you got to do is hold them to 30. And up until Monday night, we still believe that. We thought that offense was going to continue to do that. Now, after the offensive output, I might have some questions. But what I was saying on Sunday or prior to the game or Friday was we don't need much. Just hold them to 24. Hold them to 30. We'll go get 40. And if we still live by that axiom, which Jerry might be, that might be enough. But then you look at the numbers, 7% chance.
7% chance. And you can say, well, this trade isn't about this year. First of all, I would hope it's not about this year. But Quentin Williams' contract, the way it was set up, the way his contract is structured, it is very salary heavy, not bonus heavy, which means the Cowboys are taking on all of his money, which is about $48 million over the next 2 years.
Like 21, 4, and 25.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, for a defensive tackle, it's not. It's a strange way to distribute your funds, but you are getting one of the best,
dude. I'm not denying that.
Yeah.
But if you're going to pay for that, you could have paid Micah, and still had your draft capital.
I know, but we have to remember, Micah didn't want Jerry's money. Jerry tried to pay him. Micah told him to turn it and shove it up his ass. He said, I'm not playing here. I don't like you. I don't like the organization. I'm out. So some of this was on Jerry because it got there, but I think he tried to spend the money.
Yeah.
I think he tried to, and he wouldn't take it.
Claymore say, AJ, you're moving the goalpost. He's 27 years old with a contract that runs through
It ain't
2027.
about, see,
what goalpost is moving?
What you don't get is we're not talking about this year, but this year's a done deal.
This year's over. But you still, now, mind you, you still got to pay for it.
Yes, but if you're planning down the road, $25 million in 2 years for a defensive tackle that's now in his early 30s, that is already on his decline on the pass rush win rate. He can't get to the quarterback. They didn't draft him for that, but you don't spend $25 million on a non-mobile,
on a defensive tackle
stuffer unless every other position is accounted for. It's one of those positions that great teams have, good teams can't afford. So, we can't afford it because we're not even good.
This defense that is the worst in the league, like the idea that, oh, well, having a run stuffer is going to stop. Remember when Jerry tried to convince you guys that Kenny Clark was going to be the answer to stopping the run?
Well, I think this will help.
Kenny Clark is terrible.
Well, I think this will help. The double team will go away, and at least he can justify.
I haven't seen Kenny Clark get double teamed once.
Well,
he's awful.
Well, I think that he's not terrible, but he's not what the justification for the trade. But I think by the very act, Jerry proved that he knew that Kenny Clark wasn't the answer. By his very trade, the next deal he made after Micah, that of any substance, was to get another defensive tackle. You're telling me that first one didn't work. You've already told me by your next action that deal where Kenny Clark, as much as you put some shine on that, you knew it wasn't the thing. It didn't help.
The thing that you need to really build a defense is draft capital, and because that is how you can build on the cheap. And
he's got 2 this year, and I think he's going to.
Yes.
That'll be his reply. I've got it, and once I have these 2, then in 2 years I'm paying this money. I can't afford to have too many high draft picks.
But what this team has consistently done is light draft picks on fire, and obviously, the better of the 2 draft picks in 2 years, that's one thing. You'll still have a first round pick. But to act like a second-round pick this year is no big deal. Second-round picks are so valuable.
But in Jerry's mind, but I got 2 first, so it's kind of like I have a second. You're right.
But it's not.
You're
Jerry's
right.
mind then is wrong.
But I will say this. I'd rather go overpay for talent that I know can play than to continue to draft a bunch of slaps. And I have no proof that his second-round acumen is worth keeping. You know what I mean? At least I know Quentin Williams can play. At least I know by proof you've scouted. Remember the guy we just traded, Mozzie Smith, was supposed to be doing this job.
No, you're right.
And you can't seem to find a guy to do it.
And you're not drafting a better player at defensive tackle with your Green Bay pick in the high 20. Well, first of all, it's not about drafting a better player. It's about a numbers game, about having the quality numbers, the amount of players that are good players that you're hindering yourself from doing. And I'm not denying that Quinn Williams is better than whoever the Cowboys will draft this year, more than likely. But
I can guarantee you.
That's beside the point. The point is the Cowboys, we said this, so it's not moving the goalpost because we've been saying this. The Cowboys are not one player away from being even an average defensive team.
Well, Jerry went and got 2. Dude, there's so much at play here, so much more than just on the field. The Cowboy fan was fed up, man. The way they got their ass kicked. I mean, anything, throw some meat to the savages, and that's what he did. It's not good meat, but at least, again, the law of inertia, at least he took a step. After getting kicked in the nuts with Micah, I mean, he did. He got kicked in the nuts, and so did Cowboy fan, and so did the team. At least he went and did something. He's going to pay through the nose, but it ain't the first time. It ain't the first time he's going to pay through the nose. We're kicking the can down the street, and in 2 years when we're looking at writing this check for $25 million for a dude with 3 tackles. You know what I mean? You're like, well, I guess nobody ran up the middle, though. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
I mean, no one did that. Now, the quarterback had plenty of time to throw because he can't rush the passer, but no one ran there, so he could justify it. But somebody's going to be let go. A good player's going to be playing for another team because of the deal we made today.
Oh, well, I can tell you who's not going to be here. George Pickens.
That's a done deal.
George Pickens is not going to be a Cowboy after this season. This salary addition assures you that is not going to happen.
It will be CeeDee Lamb and Flournoy next year.
Yeah.
Or, I mean,
dude, we don't know yet.
Or a Jalen, maybe, or I don't know. But it's not going to be George Pickens.
Yeah.
That ship, I think, sails with this deal.
And I think another one will be gone too, just because we're writing $25 million for a defensive tackle. That's what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man, and I'm not saying, again, I like Quinnen Williams. I think Quinnen Williams is a good player, but when I heard a first and a second round pick for Quinnen Williams, and you're taking on all his salary, it just doesn't make sense. For a team that's going nowhere. It doesn't make sense.
And you think we had a guy like him, and not the same kind of player, but the same place in DeMarcus a couple years ago. No, not what's his name? Hot Boy just let go 2 years ago. Defensive lineman. Anyway. The idea...
You're talking about Lawrence?
Yeah, DeMarcus Lawrence.
Okay.
The idea of investing in a defensive tackle where you have to continually justify the pay, because for 4 years, all we ever heard from two head coaches was what he does isn't quantifiable. He doesn't get the stats, but he's so important there. Well, when those are the guys that you pay just enough. You don't overpay those guys. Because, it's an unquantifiable thing. It's a glue thing. It falls back to great teams have them, good teams can't afford them. And the Cowboys couldn't afford what Cousins did. You can't have a guy with that much resource and spend it on that just kind of is an esoteric, well, he really, really helps. Well, I need dudes that make an impact, 4 sacks that close down a fourth quarter. I need dudes that do that, not guys that just hold the line and get overpaid by about 30% per their position. That's not how you win, and that's never going to change. That's just the way Jerry does it, and he has to wait for lightning to strike. That everything has to come into place at one given time, or next year I'm overpaying and I can't afford this again.
Yeah.
And he's always off because somebody gets hurt, somebody holds out, somebody is mad, and it just falls apart again, despite the fact Jerry is more than willing to take the step. So at least we took another step. We're headed in a direction that isn't failure. I'm not saying it's in the right direction, but at least we're starting to move sideways. And we'll see what happens in 2 years. I do think it's going to help get some wins this year, though, man. I do think it's going to help.
Okay.
I mean, it ain't going to hurt.
Well, no, it's not going to hurt.
But it ain't going to be playoffs.
In fact, this year is the year that you've got the best value on him, which that's kind of where my beef is. You're wasting the best value of this deal on a team that is going absolutely nowhere. So that's
if they'd have lost better. if that's appropriate term, but seriously, if they'd have lost better, let's say they'd have lost to the Cardinals 48-40, and the offense was spectacular yet again, would we still be looking at this trade the same way?
Yeah, because you're still. It's
you're
still a lost
hamstrung.
season.
You're still at 7%.
It's still a lost season.
Yeah, still
the
at 7%.
percent doesn't change. This season. You can't rewind what's already happened this season. You can't put it back in the box.
I guess I'm a little flexible there because I kind of felt that way about Baltimore. Like, I don't care how good you think you are. The numbers tell me you're not getting in. Until I saw them play, and I thought, well, you know what? Once Lamar got healthy, suddenly that team looks a little different.
Well, and their defense got healthy. That's the difference,
though.
That's the difference between Baltimore and Dallas, though, is when Baltimore is fully healthy, they are one of the most talented rosters in the NFL. When the Cowboys defense is fully healthy, you put out the best 11 guys that you can on the field, it's still a bad defensive unit.
Yeah, it's still bottom third. But if they'd have still been able to score some points, and as I'd been thinking, we don't need much to win football games. Now, it's never going to be pretty, and you're always going to be desperate for the last 2 minutes who has the ball. But, whether you're 9-7 with a bunch of blowouts and ass kickings, or you're 9-7 with consistent effort, and you just lose late because you didn't have the ball at the end, it's still the same record. You're still there.
Now, I do want to I want to approach this fairly, because while I do think that the give back is absurd and ridiculous, what the Cowboys did giving back for Quinnen Williams, I do want to say Quinnen Williams is a really good player, and he is instantly the best player on that defense, without question. The problem is he doesn't do a job
that changes games.
That changes everything. Like we talked about with Micah, where an elite pass rusher makes the other 10 guys look different. He can raise the whole tide.
He protects the defense, the back defense.
Not being able to run doesn't affect.
All he protects is the linebacker behind him. That's all he does is protect him to go make a play. Where edge rushers, they protect the defensive backs, they protect the safeties. They're getting to the quarterback, man. They're speeding the clock up. It won't be. It'll be back to what DeMarcus was before.
I believe, and you said, Jerry kind of got painted into a corner. I believe Kenny Clark being so bad against the run this year, and literally when I say so bad, amongst the run defenders, Kenny Clark is in like the bottom 10% against the run this year.
Yeah.
Like he is, for a guy that Jerry said, we brought him in. This was a key piece because we wanted to stop the run. I think all of that key piece stuff forced Jerry to try and make that run defense better again, take another swing at it.
He admitted it. That first one didn't work.
And here we are. All right. We got to hit a break. We'll continue talking Cowboys. We'll continue talking Project Marvel. If you want to get in on the action, we'll take calls today about Project Marvel, 210-656-3776. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
When you think San Antonio sports, think 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for the Cowboys. KTFM Floresville and SASportsStar.com.
This report is sponsored by Robert Half. At Robert Half, they found that 67% of companies want to increase contract talent. That's why their recruiters' expertise and award-winning AI work quickly to find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
Nigel, why is there a giant turkey standing on my desk?
That's Harold.
Well, then whisper these words, Nigel. Deep fried. From all of us at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, we hope your Thanksgiving is filled with food, family, and fellowship. We couldn't ask for a better community to be a part of. So thank you, and happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074EM16004.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Arasti, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just one visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
Energy slipping away, losing your edge? Could be low testosterone. Take action. Synergenics and Low T Center offer a quick free T-test. Get pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, never compounded, personalized for you. Most insurance covers it. The best you is waiting at TRTMVP.com.
NCE General Contractors, based in San Antonio, is one of the fastest-growing nationwide general contractors with a focus on commercial new construction, design-build projects, building renovations, tenant finish-outs, site upgrades, and building maintenance. NCE President Brian Ehrlich's a former Madison quarterback and proud to support high school football in San Antonio, building relationships first and buildings that last. Learn more about NCE General Contractors online at ncegc.co. That's ncegc.co.
Introducing the IHOP Value Menu, where all your breakfast faves are just $6 each every day. Where else can you get a big, filling sit-down breakfast for only $6? Go to your happy place with the $6 IHOP Value Menu. Available every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations.
For a limited time, get a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water system when you purchase a Connecticut water softener. Clean, great tasting water at your kitchen sink. Hurry before they're gone.
Call 656-PURE Connecticut.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm. How can I help?
Hi, I got hurt in a wreck, but I don't know if it's really worth getting an attorney.
Don't worry, you called the right place.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7, and you don't pay unless we win. We recently secured a jury verdict for $210 million in a wrongful death case. So if you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI agent can be set up in minutes to answer calls and questions 24/7, so you never miss a customer, lead, or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like we've got a new trouble spot on the northwest side at Loop 410 westbound right as you approach Vance Jackson. Disabled vehicle left lane blocked. On Loop 410 on the frontage road, Harry Worsbach, that wreck is still there. Again, frontage road, main lanes are getting by. Downtown, 35 upper level northbound between I-10 up to McCullough. We've got some road work. 2 right lanes are blocked. Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
Results are in, and Prop A and B have passed. Prop A received 55.91% of the vote, and Prop B passed with 52.14% of the vote. That means Project Marvel is on track and a go. In the NFL, it was a busy day, and the trade deadline did come and go with the Dallas Cowboys making a huge splash, trading and acquiring 2 players. Defensive lineman and NFL All-Pro defensive tackle Quinnen Williams from the Jets in exchange for a 26th second-rounder and the hire of 2 first-round picks in 27. And Mozzie Smith. The San Antonio Spurs return to action tonight as they look to bounce back from their first loss of the season. They're in LA to take on the Lakers. The tip set for 9 p.m. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowt.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
7:02 on the Morning Huddle 94.1. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What a weird take here by C-Note. At least Jerry is making moves. Might not be the right move, but it's a step in the right direction.
I'm with him. I'm about inertia. If you don't know what to do, make a move, make a step. If you stand still, you're dead.
Do something.
I'm serious. And it might not have been he didn't step straight forward, but he didn't step backwards.
You did do something. When you traded Micah, you started to stockpile draft capital. And you know what? And as dumb as it was, I thought, to lose Micah, we said, dude, at least you're getting draft capital. At least you're getting something to rebuild this thing with. You don't add a piece like this to a 3-5-1 roster that has no hope this season.
No, you don't. This is not about anything but the idea of ownership accepting that we are at the bottom, and I got to do something. And yeah, you're going to pay for it in 2 years, but you're not paying for it now. We'll grade this trade. We'll see how they draft this year, and we'll see whatever comes out of this. No, this isn't going to add playoffs this year, but I don't think it was about that. I really don't. I think that Jerry wanted to think that it was about playoffs when the negotiations began. I do. I think he wanted to be there. But I think it got to the point where he has got a defense that is so ridiculously terrible.
He's tired of being embarrassed.
I think there's some of that.
Because, I mean, listen, if it's not about this year, you're still paying almost $20 million for this year.
And
which
I do think I don't know if let's look at the timeline. You know, when you make a deal for Quinnen Williams, most people come back like they just shot the buck and it's strapped to the front of their truck.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, look what I went and got you. And he didn't do that. So I'm not sure if he was trying to get out of it or the Jets were just jacking him to the very end. Like, no, there's no deal yet because we're negotiating with somebody else, to where he had to close the deal, because you don't say what you said and then not deliver, and then the thing you do deliver is a backup linebacker. You know, I think he got extorted to some extent, did something there. So,
because you asked yesterday, do you think does Jerry wish he wouldn't have said something about the trade before the game on Monday? And we both agreed, yeah. But then, okay, it's a 7th rounder for Logan Wilson. It's a trade. I mean, Jerry could have just been like, yep, I told you I had a trade in place. We made it.
I don't think you brag about something like that. You know,
it didn't seem like he was bragging, though.
Well, you don't even bring up a trade for a backup for a 7th. That's not something that's press worthy for the owner. That's something you do and announce you did. You know, that's kind of beneath Jerry is what I'm talking about. I think he had a deal in place. I think he really did. And at the last minute, somebody called the Jets and say, how about this? And the Jets called and said, well, wait a minute, we got a deal here.
Yeah.
And I think he was trying to save face, because I can't imagine this. It is a lot. And even if it wasn't, even if we were just dealing with draft picks, which is the most important part here, there's still the matter of the pay. There's still the matter of the 21
This
and
year
the
isn't
25.
free.
Yeah.
This, I know this year doesn't matter, but it's still not free.
So, yeah, you gave up future, and you go, well, it didn't cost me anything, so I got him on credit. But you're paying about 10% VIG. You know, the VIG on this return
that's what
is
I'm saying.
huge.
And, I get it. If you're a fan, you just say, oh, we got Quinnen Williams. That's good. And, okay, but one piece does not make, and you had these, you have to account for salary cap. You had ways to build a cheap team and keep some of the guys that you've got. And I'm not trying to rain on your parade. If you're happy about this, be happy about it.
But then
a non-playoff team spending this kind of money this season, and for the next 2 seasons spending almost $50 million for a run stopper on a defense that is 32 out of 32, the worst. If you think that makes sense, then I just question your understanding of how
if you're inside the bubble,
NFL works.
Well, if you're inside the bubble, you go, well, the talent, if we fall back on, I don't need much to win some football games. That the offense, apart from the most recent example, is good enough to win a lot of games if we can just slow another team down. I get that. But then if you go, let's do some geometry here. Let's start drawing some lines. You go, okay, we've improved our defense, and let's go to work. You start going down the murderer's row of the schedule that the Cowboys are headed toward. The November, December is a nightmare. The 3 games in 14 days. The Chiefs on Thanksgiving, sandwiched between conference games. I mean, it's a mess. So even if, yes, they start winning some football games, no team's going to go through that unscathed. Nobody's going to go through that. So you're going to lose games, even if you look good doing it. You're not going to make the playoffs.
Understand that if this team were 5-3-1, my opinion on this trade would be vastly different.
I think if they'd have won, I think if they'd only had 4 wins,
you think if they were 500,
I think if they'd have won yes, I think we'd have said, especially knowing that, I don't know, I didn't expect the Commanders to turn things around. I didn't think they would, but now we know they're not, so that's an out. The Giants, maybe there was a flicker of hope. Now that's not going to happen. So now at least one wild card team is out of the mix. So if you're right at 500, I go, yeah, full speed ahead. But the loss on Monday, as we said Monday morning, was this is a turning point. If you lose, it's over. We went down the schedule and said you got to win tonight. The calculus tells us that you're not going to survive the next 2 months unless lightning strikes. And then what we saw Monday night showed us lightning ain't coming. There ain't no storm on the horizon. You might win some games, but no matter how good you get, you're not getting through this schedule. You're not getting through the Chargers and the Vikings and the Chiefs and the Lions 4 weeks in a row. You're not.
And this, to me, this reeks of Jerry falling in love with a player. And I, from what I understand, like it's going back maybe 2 years, Jerry has coveted Quinnen Williams.
And he got a trip to fly up to New York and talk to the owner and hang out and handshake, and I'm going to get him. I got him.
Yeah, you got him.
Got him.
But you're buying at the wrong time.
Yep.
Like, that's all I'm saying.
Yep.
And you're paying too high of a price when you're like 20% of what you're paying for is wasted.
But Jerry's in love with the deal. That, I know guys that are in love with the deal. Even if it ain't great for you, even if you're just a little bit better, it was worth the record because I got what I wanted. I got the deal. I think Jerry loves the deal. Maybe not the outcome. Well, even the outcome's going to benefit him. He's still a net positive on this. And he'll worry about money later. Money? $25 million in 2 years? Heck, he might not even be on the team. I might trade him by then.
But you paid, to me, over 100% for 80% of like on 80%. So basically, you paid you paid 130 cents on the dollar, which.
Yeah, but the next well will hit.
Well, I guess
you know
so.
what I mean.
If that's the mindset, then so be it.
That's why we're sitting at 35 years without a playoff. Yes, but the next drill will hit. The next,
listen,
the next well will hit.
I'm not a Cowboy fan. I don't. Doesn't whether they win or lose doesn't mean anything to me. All I'm talking about is the business of this deal doesn't make sense, and that's the end of it. Like, you're not going to convince me that the business of this deal makes sense because it doesn't. And so someone, where was it? Somebody had said the rest of this season will let us know exactly. Yeah, rest of the season should determine what is needed defensively for next season. But we already know it's defensive ends and linebackers.
Well,
okay,
cornerbacks ain't.
So you feel good about the cornerbacks? You feel good about the safeties? What position do you feel good about?
Defensive tackle.
That's it. Well, one defensive tackle.
Well, I feel better than I did yesterday.
I don't feel good about Kenny. Kenny Clark sucks, man. You will not convince me.
I got a cleaning.
I've seen Kenny Clark play 9 games this season, and he's been bad in all of them.
Dude, it's such a, tell me what you're doing and don't admit failure by going and trading for the exact same thing you already traded for.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's been a huge success, but guess what? I went and got another guy who looked just like him, and he's better.
It's like, Christmas last year, let's say you wanted a 100-inch television. That's what your big ask was.
I got a 50-inch.
And you wanted this giant TV, and your heart was set on it, and you'd already pictured what it was going to look like on the wall, and you were stoked. But then, between last Christmas and this Christmas, you lost your job, or your wife lost her job, and that now 50% of your household income's gone. And they say, well, you can still get this TV. Now, it's going to cost you even a little bit more than it would have last year. Do you still want it?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I do want it.
That is fiscal irresponsibility.
Well, that's the Cowboys, dude. I mean, it's easy to be that when Jerry will always kick the can. But worry about that money later, man. $25 million in 2 years. Tell me it's $1 billion. I'll still worry the same.
Yeah. Well, all right. I've talked about the way Micah could make an F-level defense look like a C-level defense because I do think pass rushers can do that. Big run stuffers. It's nice to have. It's a luxury piece to have if you're a good football team. Mm-hmm. If you're a bad football team, it doesn't cover up the other flaws is the problem.
He should have just fired his DC and carried on.
Did the Cardinals run at will on the Cowboys this weekend?
Well, we did make a dude named Del Mercado look like a football
made
player.
up person. Yeah, it's just that when the rest of your defense is that bad, it doesn't matter if you run the ball well or not.
But they got to go around the edge now. They can't go up the middle.
Yeah,
it'll be prettier runs.
Well, hey, if you're a Cowboy fan and you're excited about this, God bless you, man. You're not worried about credit card debt. You're one of those types of folks, then good luck.
As long as I can make my bills this month, that's all that matters.
All that matters.
Lights are on.
Here's what I want to do. I want to give away some John Mulaney tickets. November 15th, Bass Concert Hall in Austin. I got 2 tickets to go see Funny Man, John Mulaney, November 15th in Austin. Let's go caller number 2 on that. Caller number 2, you're going to win those tickets. After that, when we come back, we'll take some phone calls. 210-656-ESPN. I want to get the people of San Antonio's thoughts on the Project Marvel thing from yesterday. And when we come back, I also want to heap some praise. I'll do that. I'll be nice to people. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
Dr. Jacob Torres, the Institute for Functional Health, been my doctors for about 8 years now. I met Dr. Torres when I was looking to lose some weight. But when you think of what the Institute for Functional Health has done for me, the functional health part is really the key to what Dr. Torres and his entire staff worry about. They want you to be healthy, but when was the last time a doctor asked you how we can get you off medication? Now, certainly Dr. Torres prescribes everything that's required, but the effort when you're there is to live a healthy enough lifestyle that includes losing weight so that you don't require the statins and the blood pressures and the pre-diabetic medications. You don't need them because your body is functioning at its very best, and at the core of that is losing weight. Now, all the rage right now is the shots and the pills, the GLP-1s. And they certainly seem to be working, but what do you do when those shots are done or when you can't afford that monthly cost? Well, you're going to have to rely on something like, what Dr. Torres believes, that you can lose weight the old-fashioned way, but you need a little bit of help along the way, and that's how I've gotten here. I'm down 75 pounds. Now, it didn't happen overnight. I had to learn some new stuff. It's the best thing I've ever done, not the easiest, and I want that for you. If it's time to lose weight, call Dr. Torres. You don't need to worry about shots or pills. You can rely on Dr. Torres and your goodwill to lose the weight. It's easy to call him, 210-460-1891. Excuse me, 1891. The website is iffhealth.com. Go there. It's a great resource. Look, if it's time to lose weight, you want to have a beautiful and thin and healthy 2026, call Dr. Torres today. He'll help you change your life, and when you do, come on by and thank me later.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right, only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, get ready to kick off the holidays tailgate style alongside your four-legged MVP. Join us at Blue Bonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma on Wednesday, November the 19th from 9 to 6 p.m. for the annual holiday kickoff tailgate. They'll have great food, local vendors, music, giveaways, and fun for the entire family, including the furry ones. It's your chance to celebrate the season with the best fans in Texas, pet lovers and sports lovers alike. It's all going down at Blue Bonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma on Wednesday, November the 19th from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Thomas J. Henry Law fights even when the insurance company says your claim is worth nothing. Thomas J. Henry doesn't back down. That's how we put over $1 billion in our clients' pockets in just the last 4 years. Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com. Principal Office, San Antonio.
Macy's Veterans Day sale is one of your best chances to save big on furniture and mattresses. That's because you'll find great deals on our best sellers, like our exclusive Radley 5-piece sectional, delivered to any room in your home with white glove delivery for $25.98, and so many top brand mattresses at 20 to 60% off, plus an extra 20% off closeouts. So come in, try it all out, and get an incredible deal today at Macy's Veterans Day sale. Savings off select styles. Exclusions apply.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
Attention passengers, we've reached 10,000 feet and internet is now available for purchase.
I just paid hundreds for this flight, and you can't even throw in internet? I'll just take the free pretzels.
Sorry, but I do have snack boxes for sale.
I'm just gonna sleep.
In that case, we are selling pillows and blankets as well.
I'll just breathe. That's free, right?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 and monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. But what's more, MediShare members like it. We know this from member surveys. They like it a lot. It's a proven thing now. MediShare has been around for over 30 years. It's a Christian community of hundreds of thousands of people now. And here's the thing, too. If you join before November 15th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they will waive your application fee. So you save $100 right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call and you'll get a price within 2 minutes. Again, the deadline is November 15th, so call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Stay warm and save money this winter with a heater tune-up from Right Home Services. Their expert techs make sure your system runs efficiently and safely. Call 210-444-0000 or visit righthomeservices.com. Get it done right.
The right stuff.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
Brian Schottenheimer, good morning, Coach.
Hey, what's up, guys? I got to say, it was a weird transition for me to come on to the show and hear a bunch of moaning, and then I heard moaning and manning and all these things. It was really kind of weird. Edwin didn't prepare me for that.
Moaning? Coach, tell him. Can you tell the audience you've got no interest in drafting Arch Manning in the upcoming draft?
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
I'm sure we'll get back to more Cowboys talk a little later in the show. We've got some sound from Shotty and Jerry that we'll play a little later. Claymore said the same Packers that lost to the Panthers. Yes, the same Packers team that just gave up 16 points in a loss to the Panthers. This is definitely the defense's fault. Definitely the defense's fault they lost that game. If the Cowboys gave up 16 points every game this season, they'd be 8-1. So, yeah, the Packers, who have the second highest graded defense in the league, that defense, the Packers, who are giving up just under 11 points per game less than the Cowboys, that Packers defense, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. They lost to the Panthers. I have a feeling when you lose a game 16-13, and the head coach, do you think the head coach is more pleased with the offensive or defensive coordinator the day after that game? I got a feeling he ain't that mad at the defense. The teams score 16 points in the NFL. That happens. You got to score more if you're a contender. No, I just, again, I'm not trying to rain on Cowboy fan parade. If you think this is a great deal, I don't understand it.
It's not a terrible deal. That's the problem with this thing.
I think it's a terrible deal. I think you got a good player.
You got a good player. That's the problem with this thing. At the end of the day, if you like the deal, you can point to a guy that's going to make a difference, kind of, but he ain't going to help get you where you want to go. Not yet. And there's a price to be paid. But I'm not, as a Cowboy fan, I'm not mad at this. I'm really not. I've plenty of teams escaped from overvalued trades in 2 years. There's ways to manipulate this. And right now, this is about finding a way to get better on a team that just a couple of weeks ago had a shot. We got a long time left. I'll roll the dice. I've gone through this before. At least we're trying something.
Quinnen Williams is like a 2019, 2018 Mercedes.
Oh, no, newer than that. He's still got warranty. He's only 28. He's in the prime of his career. He is. This is the best Queen and Williams. Now we're at the end of that prime.
I believe he got drafted in 2019 or 2018.
Yeah, but
and
he plays a position that's going to have. If it wasn't for the high pay, a defensive tackle is going to be good for another 6 years. Because we didn't get him to go sack the quarterback. We got him to not be moved.
But my point is, you got him for like, a little less.
You overpaid a little bit,
but you paid. You got it in a used car lot where they give you 14% interest.
The VIG on the return is that's the problem. But you can right now you can afford the interest because there's really nothing out of pocket. It'll be next year after. It won't even be next year. It'll be after the next draft, after this one, when you're watching teams. That team draft a dude that should have been yours. And the good news is maybe you can win your way to where that draft won't be that important. Maybe it'll be a low first rounder, kind of like a second rounder. I don't know what that draft class looks like, so I don't know. But right now, if you're Jerry, right now, I woke up this morning. Did I spend a bunch of money yesterday? No.
Yeah.
No, I really didn't. I sent some future capital, but to me, future capital is vapor. I feel good about myself. I feel
you added $10 million. I mean, you're paying $10 more million for this season.
I mean, I cleared some. I got plenty of that. I'm not up against any kind of cap.
No.
And I think that the decision for Pickens was made. So now that's one thing off the list. I'm not going to have to deal with negotiating for Pickens because I can't afford him. So while I won't have him, that's one less thing, right? I mean, so there's the little things of being inside the bubble. No matter what you're saying, I'm better off today. And I am. Cowboy fan, you're about where you were. You're not worse off. But Jerry's better off.
Okay.
His team got better and he didn't spend a bunch of money. Now, in 60 days, when that first payment's due, it'll feel worse. But right now.
Ed Warder saying the Cowboys were trying to acquire him since this past summer. Again, I don't doubt that. The point is, your position as a Cowboy has changed since the summer.
It's changed since Monday.
Like last summer, you thought you had a chance to do something. Now the season is a waste. So if you're still treating it the same, that's just foolishness. That's the whole point, is you can't act like you still have a chance to do something this year because now you don't.
Well, there's a 7% chance that says there is.
You know what? 7%. You're right.
Then I'm not.
It's slightly less than the Panthers' chances.
That team beat us, so I can't bring them
there's
up.
People Panther shaming. I don't know why.
That team beat us, so keep quiet about that. That's not part of the gig. But again, what Jerry can look at is my defense got better. I'm gonna have 2 draft picks this year. God knows what'll happen next year, and maybe we've come to the realization that maybe we're just not very good at drafting. Maybe we should just overspend for guys that can actually do it and overspend on every third position, and it'll make up for the guys that we drafted that are terrible.
Yeah, I'm the more this season has gone on, the more I look back at the Cowboys' results and think about, okay, what did this result really mean? And of the 3 wins, I mean, you beat the Giants close, the Russell Wilson-led Giants. That was before Scadaboo was even a thing.
Yeah.
You beat the Jets, which, let's face it, no one gets any credit for beating the Jets.
Well, except for the W.
And you beat a team that was basically like half on the IR in Washington, and you got almost a full game of Jaden Daniels.
I'm pretty sure everybody's aware of who the Cowboys are. They just got beat 27-17 by a team who lost 5 straight games at home with a backup quarterback. So I think
that's
everybody's
why
pretty aware of where they are.
Investing in anything that has to do with this season is absurd.
And I think Jerry can say this isn't just about this season. He is just 28. And right now as we sit, I got the money and 2 draft picks to handle next year. And if we are as close as we thought we were last week, maybe it's worth the extension for next year. But again, everything else is going to have to come into focus, and that's so far away that there's going to be something that jumps up and bites you in the ass. There'll be a reason next year why you can't do it. But right now, you have every intention of saying, I opened a window for the next 1 to 2 years.
Yeah.
And right now, that's all I can ask because that's all I can get.
Yep. All right. Let's shift gears and talk about Project Marvel, the excitement of Project Marvel. 210-656-ESPN, 210-656-3776. If you want your opinion heard today on Project Marvel, we will open up our phones today. We don't do it very often. Rob and I both were proponents of this, and I want to give a little bit of credit to some people. First, I want to give some credit to our audience. I think the majority of our audience was also pro Prop A and B. At least the people that were hitting me up on Twitter.
Well,
and
they are, in fact, the choir.
Yeah, I mean, the at least the vocal part.
If you're listening to us, you're probably pro Marvel.
Are to me, those guys deserve a lot of credit for getting out and voting. And Jason and Joe in the afternoon, it's easy to say this in hindsight, but throughout this process have given so many people a soapbox to stand on and preach the benefits of this thing.
And also some negative, too. They've had some
that's
guys
true.
on that weren't pro.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, they had the mayor on at one point when she was pretending like she didn't want this to happen until the tides turned and she realized that she better have her name on the right side of history.
Go to the victory party. They're a lot more fun.
But those guys, I got to give them a lot of credit because they were, I think they were instrumental in bringing the positives and negatives to the light and showing people that this is a good deal for San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
And the same goes for you, Rob, a guy who's been around here for a long time and understands the necessity that this was or is, I should say, for this city to continue to grow. And I know I'm an outsider, and I know I'm an interloper, and I'm not one of you, but I do know the value of professional sports in a major metro area. And I just someone who's seen what's happened in Vegas in the last 5-6 years when professional sports have become a part of that city.
Vegas grew roots when the pro team landed. You suddenly have a reason to be a Las Vegasan.
So it's a huge deal, and it puts an up arrow by your city's name as opposed to these places like Oakland who are losing things and unlikely to ever recover. Like, you know what I mean? Oakland's going to be a lost blip on the map. Yep. Oakland is Sacramento now.
They're a warehouse.
Not even Sacramento. Sacramento has a pro team. Oakland does. They're Fresno.
Yeah, they are. They're the warehouse district and the servants' quarters.
Yeah, they are another suburb of San Francisco at this point. You didn't want to become that, and I give a lot of props to the people of San Antonio for getting out and showing up and voting.
And now the fun begins.
Some would call it fun.
Oh,
I maybe I'm spoiled because I don't go down that way very often. It's rare that I'm finding myself downtown and unless there's some sort of an event. I don't go downtown to socialize. I don't really go downtown to eat very often. I go downtown if there's an event. So generally, I'm able to avoid it.
But when the event
I know there's a
comes,
lot of people who don't have that luxury. I know there's a lot of people who have to go that way to work or have to go that way to get home. I understand it's gonna be inconvenient for a while.
It's going to cost. There always is. But one of the key pieces of this was, and I think that was the at the end of the day, the true win for the city and for the voters and the populace was the Spurs committed to covering cost overages. And, that doesn't sound like a whole lot until anybody out there who's ever renovated, who's ever added on or done any kind of project. It never costs it's twice as much for twice as long. That's how you kind of go by this. So that's kind of the built-in safety net in here because we know, as experience has taught everybody in San Antonio and anywhere else, massive projects have delays and problems. They just do. It's how do you fix them and how do you get through it? And if you have a plan in place for that, like it appears we do, and that the city, hey, any cost overages, it's your problem, not mine.
Yeah.
Get it built. Get it done.
I mean, it was, again, maybe I'm biased. I didn't see how it couldn't be a good deal for San Antonio. It felt like the Spurs went above and beyond, certainly went above and beyond like what Oklahoma City went.
The Spurs' biggest problem wasn't that it's going to be this huge benefit. The Spurs' biggest problem they faced, and they did a great job, was getting past the failed past promises of previous efforts, getting past what was promised to the east side with the Frost Center, which was a flawed project from the get-go. that was never going to work out. It was a desperate move, and it was a desperate save. But the promises made to get that save were outrageous. There was no way that was going to work. And to get the East Side to say, again, so I'm going to put up with all this crap, the construction and all the delays and all this stuff, and I'll still get no financial benefit. Well, this time they had to overcome that, and the key to this was they've got a county judge now in Sakai whose first and primary goal has always been, I have promised and I'm going to stick by my belief that this will help the East Side. Even though promises in the past didn't measure up, this one has actually been thought out. This one, we actually know what we're doing, and we know how we failed before. So I think that did help the East Side to kind of step out and go, once, twice, 3 times burned, we're going to do it again and hope for the best. And, credit to those East Side organizers to get out and do this. Because if I lived over there and I'd been lied to and not been promised, I would have a problem as much as I do love the Spurs. As much as I do, and it matters to me. You lie to me over and over. I can't trust you anymore. And they gave the city and they gave the Spurs one more chance.
I think the other thing that's kind of being underplayed in this whole thing is the updates to the Alamo Dome, which are desperately needed if San Antonio is going to continue to be a destination for
that made it easy.
Final Fours and things like that. Like the Final Four, I talked to a couple people when the Final Four was here. And they said, if this building doesn't change, this is the last time we'll be here.
But we also have to remember, apart from the Spurs championships, the Final Four's arrival in San Antonio was the single largest marketing event for the city since Hemisphere, quite frankly. We've hosted a couple of bowl games, but when the Final Four arrived back there, the first time they had it back in the late 90s, oh my goodness, everything changed because the entire country had a chance to come to San Antonio from places far and wide. And when you bring college people, and these are educated professionals that are going to come back, and they have come back consistently for 30 years. All we had to do was get them in the door, and it didn't matter. Well, now the door got a little rusty, and we're going to clean this thing up, but Final Fours aren't going anywhere. And as I said, when we're standing outside the NBA All-Star Game in 2031 or 32, which now is a guarantee, you build it, and they will come. We will have an All-Star game in 6 years. I have no doubt in my mind. So when we're all partying down there with the Spurs' recent title and everybody else, remember, it all started yesterday.
Rob, I'm not saying you're getting ahead of yourself, but
I'm half right. The All-Star game is a definite. It's always the case. You build it, and they come.
Oscar says, you think the chance of NFL team is a reality?
No, it's never going to happen. It's further down the road now than it ever has been.
Yeah, that's just not going to happen here. All right, let's take a break. We'll wrap up the second hour of the program. We're almost halfway there on a hump day. How about that? It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, do you smell that? Do you sense it? That's right. The holidays are in the air, and if you love tailgates, good food, and hanging with a furry MVP, I want you to listen up right now. We're kicking off holidays over at the Blue Bonnet Bunk and Biscuit in Selma. Wednesday, November the 19th, I'm inviting you to come out and hang with AJ and me. We're going to have a party all day long. From 9 to 6, though, I want you to come out and see what we're doing at the annual holiday kickoff. We're going to have food, we're going to have vendors, music, giveaways, and fun for the whole family, including your babies. So bring your pets, bring your dogs out there to get a little sniff, a little look-see at what could be their home away from home, their pet resort that is Blue Bonnet Bunk and Biscuit. It's the perfect time. They're your local pros for boarding, for grooming, for training, for all the daycare or the long-term care that you're looking for. They keep your pets happy, healthy, and cared for as much as you do all year long. So don't worry about those vacays. Don't worry about those little weekend getaways because your babies, they're going to be taken care of like you were taken care of. So come meet the team, the tour the facility, see the season's greetings going on at Blue Bonnet Bunk and Biscuit. Again, that's Wednesday, November the 19th, 9 to 6. Come out and see us, and let's kick off the holidays the right way and make it a win for you and your family's furry friend.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like we've got a new trouble spot on the northwest side at Loop 410 westbound right as you approach Vance Jackson. Disabled vehicle left lane blocked. On Loop 410 on the frontage road, Harry Worsbach, that wreck is still there. Again, frontage road, main lanes are getting by. Downtown, 35 upper level northbound between I-10 up to McCullough. We've got some road work. 2 right lanes are blocked. Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you'll find everything you need for the holidays, all for under $35. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find. Don't wait. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. You know, I make decisions every day, but the easiest ones I've been making for the last several weeks are Dak Prescott. The more Dak is riding the wave, and I've been with him on Prize Picks, and being right can get you paid, especially when you're doing it on the weekly. Prize Picks has everything you need to have some fun on all your favorite games. If you like winning, you like to know what you're doing, Prize Picks is your answer because you can do the research and you can go out and win. And it's so simple to play. Just pick more or less on at least 2 players and you can get up to 2,000x on your money if you pick right. Now, they offer stacks is what I love, and you can pick the same player in up to 3 different venues and play them in the same lineup. And you can only find this at Prize Picks. That's why I go there every day. You want to know another reason? Alamo. Remember the code Alamo and you get $50 in lineups if you play your first $5 lineup. That's Alamo. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 in lineups. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Guys, you can feel your energy slipping away, losing what makes you you. Could be low testosterone. Take action. Synergenics and Low T Center can help reclaim your energy with a quick and simple free T-test. Visit a local Synergenics or Low T Center and receive pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, never compounded like other clinics. Experienced providers increase your testosterone to the level that is right for you. Discovered by most major insurance, affordable self-pay options are available. The best you is waiting. Book your free T-test at trtmvp.com.
It's a little quiet on the border these days. Illegal border crossings at an all-time low because Donald Trump and Senator John Cornyn have been fighting side by side to seal the border. Cornyn has led the charge in the Senate, funding more agents, more technology, and more miles of secure border wall, beating back Biden's border failures, taking the fight directly to the cartels. Cornyn stands with President Trump, voting with him 99% of the time, supporting Trump's nominees, confirming conservative judges who defend our Constitution, and together, Trump and Cornyn put America first. They've worked to keep our families safe and our border defended. Yep, it's quieter on the border now because real leadership gets results. Call and thank Senator John Cornyn, 713-572-3337, and tell him to keep delivering Trump's agenda. Paid for by Lone Star Freedom Project, LoneStarFreedomProject.com.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've been representing people injured in traffic collisions here in San Antonio for more than 30 years. After a collision, I've spoken to many people who wanted to believe that the other driver's insurance company would be fair and they really didn't need an attorney. They thought that the insurance company would pay their medical bills and do the right thing. I wish that were true, but trying to go it alone is a big, big mistake. If you have been injured, please know the other driver's insurance company has adjusters and attorneys working against your interest. If insurance companies were trying to get to heaven, I'd be out of a job, gladly. That is just not the world we live in, though. Call me as soon as you can if you are injured in a traffic collision. I do not charge anything to review your case with you. I'll tell you what you need to do and what you should not do. If you want a smart and fair result, you'll need to make smart decisions along the way. And that is what I do. You and I will make smart decisions for you and your family, and we'll get justice and fair results. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 2:30, the Aggies take on the Missouri Tigers. Presented by Just Pots. Pregame at 1:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix from The Blitz, and you're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sweet emotion. Talking about things that nobody cares. Burning, wearing out things that nobody wears. Yeah. Hey, when we're going to play Aerosmith, I want you to come in here and tie a scarf to my mic. Makes me feel like a rock star when I can do that. My scarf's waving around.
You're like a 50-year-old auntie, 70-year-old auntie.
That's right. I bet there are still gals out there who would be like, you know what, I'd do sex with Steven Tyler.
Well, he wouldn't be the first old rock star.
I bet there's some ladies who are like, you know what, yeah.
And we could share
he
clothes.
made me feel a certain way.
We could share clothes. I could take some scarves and hats.
Man, he's got a nice scarf.
Got a nice scarf collection. I'll sleep with him.
I like his lipstick. His
share
eyeliner.
shoes. He's the perfect man. Rich.
Oh, yes.
Not gay.
Well, I don't know.
Bye.
Maybe.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
I'm just saying he might be the perfect guy to marry.
Maybe so.
Share a wardrobe.
Oh, Liv Tyler.
Right?
Oh.
Yeah, well, has she lived up to it, or is she the distant beauty that I think we've had this discussion before? Yeah, she's held on pretty good.
She's got to be pretty good.
Yeah,
That's a pretty gal.
Yeah, she held on.
Yeah. I don't know how he came out of her. Or she came out of him.
Right?
I don't know. Yeah,
well,
he's like...
That's only half.
Yeah. Oh, my God. How hot must have Liv Tyler's mom been?
Well, sometimes two
to
wrongs
overcome
make a right.
all Steven Tyler's genes.
You ever meet somebody that's like really good looking, and then you meet their parents and go, "Were you adopted?" I don't know how this happened. It's like lightning, 1 in a million.
Yeah.
It all came together. Your parents were kind of out of focus. Yeah. You just kind of clicked in. You were that last puzzle piece.
Hey, Bebe's pretty. What's her name? Bebe? BB?
BB? Is that it?
BB Buell?
BB Buell.
That's Liv Tyler's mom?
Or Belle? I guess that's Belle.
How hot was she?
Let's see.
She was a sorrow sucker.
Look, so on the bottom, there's a picture of her with Steven when they were young, I guess. Let's
this one? No, not that one.
Queen of the sorrow suckers.
Like just to the right of that pink one.
That one.
She looks like what's her name?
Oh yeah, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Man. No, I don't like her with that haircut.
No, I hate him with short hair. Yeah.
No.
He looks more like her than she does.
Yeah. Yeah, right there. Oh, what a beauty. She looks just like Liv.
Well, yeah.
That's like she's got powerful genes because
which picture are you looking at?
The big one on the right.
That is Liv.
Oh.
No, this right here.
Dude, like
left is
that's
Liv.
her.
There it is.
Okay.
She looks like
that's what I thought you were looking at.
Yeah, no.
Here.
But Steven looked so young in that picture that I thought that couldn't be his daughter, but
that was 30 years ago, man.
My God.
Liv's pushing 50.
Look at this one. Everyone's got long hair. That looks weird.
Liv Tyler's pushing 50?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I guess
we all are.
I'm 45. I guess.
Dude, I don't know why that's such a shock to you.
Oh God. Sometimes I forget that I'm 45 and like.
I'm 54. Yeah. I'm getting. Retirement.
Man.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you.
Times are hard.
You reach a point where anybody you've known for any length of time is getting old. Doesn't matter. She's 48, by the way.
Like Alicia Silverstone is damn near 50.
Yeah. So anybody you've known since you can't remember when you didn't, they're old. Because.
Yeah.
Now, in your face and in your memory, they still look young until you see them, but they're old.
Well, like Britney Spears, who's like
old.
I don't know, 2 years younger than me. was like, oh, how can you? She was like a kid. And I was like, yeah, she was a kid when I was a kid.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with what I was thinking.
Yeah, so the things I was thinking about when she was saying hit me, baby, one more time, it was okay for
Now,
me.
me, on the other hand,
it wasn't allowed for
What
you.
I was thinking was criminal.
Wasn't allowed for you. For me, though, it was perfectly acceptable.
Yeah.
And now, much like me, she's an old person.
I guess mine was Phoebe Cates.
Oh, totally. Yep.
I'm
Ever
not gonna.
since that movie came out, that was it.
I'm not gonna pretend that I haven't used Phoebe Cates
We've all
in a
used Phoebe
pinch.
Cates in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah,
Phoebe Cates has helped a lot of young men get through some trying times.
Yeah, that was
several times a day. Really.
That was my junior year in high
they
school.
really kind of helped things out, Phoebe. Thanks for the red bathing suit and all the help along the way.
Now she's a big old torta.
Yeah. Is she a big? No, I don't want to know that.
Hold on. Yeah, she's not the Phoebe we remember.
Is that true?
Yep. Let's see.
I hope it is true.
She's
See?
She put on well, she still looks fantastic. But yeah, she's
You want to see me take my top off?
Yeah, that sounds
I wouldn't go that far. But the sad thing is you don't want to be put next to your picture when you're an 19.
No, of
You
course
sound
not.
like a 9-foot woman.
Oh, dude, you know who?
That's what we remember.
You know who I was convinced in the '80s was like the prettiest girl in the world, and now I think about it, she's got to be an
Farrah
old lady
Fawcett?
now. You know what? Let me see how old she is.
Raquel Welch.
Oh, she is.
Oh yeah, Farrah Fawcett, Raquel Welch.
She's
Who else?
58 years old now. Mia Sara.
Oh yeah.
From
Ferris
Ferris
Bueller's
Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's still a smoke show. She still looks good.
Oh, she was the hottest. Sloane.
Oh look, that's how she looks right. That's how Phoebe looks now.
Oh, ooh. I thought that was good. I thought you were trying to tell me that was Mia Sara. I was like, oh, no.
Well,
look.
Mia's held on quite well too. She looks fantastic.
Oh, Mia Sara. What a beauty. Ferris Bueller had the
No, that's
life.
Mia Serafina. I'm looking at the wrong one. I was like, my God, she looks good.
Yeah, Mia Sara
She's
is.
still, yeah.
She's still. I mean, I'm sure she she was a beauty. Like the idea that Ferris Bueller had her, and now he's with.
He's the coolest kid of all time.
Yeah, but then he ended up marrying that gal from Sex and the City that kind of looks like a horse. He really downgraded. The high school really was his peak. Turns out.
Who looks like a horse?
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah, she's a handsome woman.
I mean, she does.
No, I agree. She's a handsome woman.
I mean,
no, she's not classic beauty, but she's a handsome woman.
You look like a horse.
She does look like a horse, kind of.
Yeah, she's not your classic beauty, but there's other stuff going on
yeah.
I find appealing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I remember when Sex and the City was on, everybody was like, "Oh,
yeah."
Why doesn't Sarah Jessica Parker get naked?" I'm like, the bigger question is, why do you want Sarah Jessica Parker to get naked?
Okay, here's your Mia Sara. I don't know which way you want to go on this.
Is that her? I don't think that's her. Mia Sara, Miasara. I think that's a different Mia Sara.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, it's got that's not her. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe.
Yeah, this is her right here.
I don't know.
That one. Yeah, but
her.
now, I mean, she's going to look like that, except she's going to be an old lady.
That one.
Oh, yes.
Oh, wait, here it is.
You're not going to be happy
Yeah,
with
look,
the
she's
picture.
got all
It's not-
grays.
You're not going to be happy with this, dude.
Oh,
Well,
man.
I bet you.
Like I said, if you've appreciated her for as long as you can remember, she's old.
Yeah, and she, like, you got to remember, Ferris Bueller came out in, like, 1983 when I was 3 years old, and she was already, like, a hot teenage chick. So, for sure, I mean, she's old. I mean, she's
13.
way older than me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's like a granny now, I guess. Man,
Oh, she's totally a grandma.
that's gross.
Well,
It's gross when women have kids, but it's even grosser when their kids have kids.
yeah. You're about to get on that train, bro.
Just kidding, guys. Just
You're about
kidding.
to join a club.
I kid.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Pobrecita está fea.
Come on.
Muy, muy.
Yeah, cucuy.
Cucuy is right. You'll be sleeping with the cucuys if you're not careful.
Oh, man. You know what? We didn't look at the rest of. We spent a lot of times on the Quinnen Williams trade and didn't. I guess we just pretended like none of the other trades happened.
Biggest trade day in 25 years.
But there were many more trades, including I thought a big one for Seattle, getting Rashid Shaheed from the Saints.
As a Shaheen fantasy owner, I'm all for this.
2 picks, a 4th and a 5th round pick in the 2026 drafts. That's a
big haul for this kid.
Well, guy could play, man.
Yeah, that's a big haul for this kid. But yeah, think about what Seattle did. That offense is already cooking. They got another wide receiver heading for 2,000 yards. They got 2 running backs that can legitimately move the football, and they just got better. They gave Big Head another weapon.
Well, and they had. I mean, Cooper Kupp's going to be healthy again at some point, and the guy Torrey Horton, that rookie, caught 2 touchdowns last week. Like Seattle's good, man.
They are.
Seattle
low
is
key. They
good.
are low key the Colts. We're just not talking about them like the Colts.
Jacoby Myers, who was saying, "I want to trade. Get me out of Vegas. I don't want to play for the Raiders. Give me a trade." Okay.
Here you go, son.
Here you
Welcome
go.
to Siberia.
Welcome to Jacksonville.
Head to Siberia,
where
man.
you want to be the number 1 receiver? Good news. Brian Thomas Jr.'s hurt. Travis Hunter's hurt. You're the number 1 receiver. Good luck in your life with Trevor Lawrence.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You asked for this.
You get some warm weather. You get some warm weather.
You asked for this.
And a trip to London.
You do get a yearly trip to London.
there's
That
perks.
is that is
true.
nice. And the Ravens get Draymond Jones for a conditional 5th round pick, a pass rusher, which is kind of the biggest thing that Baltimore needed. This was a good deal for Baltimore. Baltimore keeps. I mean,
at least they're trying.
They are, and I'm not gonna cross their name off the list yet. It does feel almost like they are inevitable to find a way back. Part of me is hoping that doesn't. I mean, you know what? Most of me is hoping that doesn't happen.
If Baltimore can, the Silver Star can, baby.
Okay.
I'm saying there's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Quinnen.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Mozzie's gone. The curse of Mozzie. The pox that was Mozzie is gone.
All right. We're halfway there on a hump day. Morning Huddle 94.1.
This is the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Don't let data limits hold you back from being the gift master in the family group chat. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless and get real unlimited data on Verizon's 5G network. Straight Talk, available at straighttalk.com or Walmart.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Talk about stepping up. Bang! Bang! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
When you switch to Progressive and bundle your home and auto, you could save hundreds, and that's a surprising amount of money.
Whoa, that's like farmer's market money.
That's like give me a gallon of that locally sourced raw honey money.
That's certified organic heirloom tomatoes in every imaginable color except red money.
That's let's get 2 pounds of pink oyster mushrooms money. I'm not even sure I like pink oyster mushrooms.
Guess it's time to find out, because you could save hundreds when you switch to Progressive and bundle. Then the world is your pink oyster mushroom. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
We are right in the thick of the NFL football season, and Underdog, the best place to get in on the action, baby. Playing on Underdog is so easy. You pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on their stats, rushing yards, passing yards, receptions, whatever. You get those picks right, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. And quite frankly, the Cowboys have been a cash cow. You go higher on Dak's numbers, you go higher on CD's numbers, and you have been getting paid. You go lower on their defensive numbers, you're getting paid as well. Download the app today. Sign up with promo code ALAMO, ALAMO. You'll score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code ALAMO. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 or older and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdog.com underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. But what's more, MediShare members like it. We know this from member surveys. They like it a lot. It's a proven thing now. MediShare has been around for over 30 years. It's a Christian community of hundreds of thousands of people now. And here's the thing, too. If you join before November 15th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they will waive your application fee. So you save $100 right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call and you'll get a price within 2 minutes. Again, the deadline is November 15th, so call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI agent can be set up in minutes to answer calls and questions 24/7, so you never miss a customer, lead, or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
From a fender bender to a total loss, Davis Law Firm has a team of expert attorneys ready to get you back on the road with the verdict or settlement you deserve. Y hablamos español. Want more? Call the Fours. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio, 444-4444.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like a truck lost its load at 281 southbound at Stone Oak Parkway. Got a lot of bricks, a lot of debris spilled on the roadway. So 2 left lanes blocked. That's what's causing a 35-minute delay. Slow from Borgfeld. 1604 northbound Calabre to Houseman. That's about 17 minutes. 15-minute ride on 90 eastbound 211 on over to 410. 35 southbound FM 1103 on down to 410 should take you about 15 minutes to get through. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time saver traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
Results are in, and Prop A and B have passed. Prop A received 55.91% of the vote, and Prop B passed with 52.14% of the vote. That means Project Marvel is on track and a go. In the NFL, it was a busy day, and the trade deadline did come and go with the Dallas Cowboys making a huge splash, trading and acquiring 2 players. Defensive lineman and NFL All-Pro defensive tackle Quinnen Williams from the Jets in exchange for a 26th second-rounder and the hire of 2 first-round picks in 27. And Mozzie Smith. The San Antonio Spurs return to action tonight as they look to bounce back from their first loss of the season. They're in L.A. to take on the Lakers. The tip set for 9 p.m. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowt.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
.802 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Vinny, did we get to the calls yet? The calls that we did get to, they didn't want to go on the air. If you want to call and go on the air, but that's part of the deal, you would have to be on the air.
Yep.
Or you can just type.
I mean, you're welcome to give us a tweet or whatever, but that's part of calling a radio show is
dialing is only half the proposition.
Yeah. Vic doesn't care what your opinion is. Vic just wants to put you on the air so the people
I can go pee.
Can talk. Yeah. But yeah, if anybody who wants to talk, we'll open them up this hour if you want to get in and discuss it. The Project Marvel decision. We'll open anybody who wants to call and be on the air. We welcome your calls today. How about that? 210-656-ESPN.
I hadn't realized how much of the Institute of Texas. I mean, it's gone.
Oh, it's gutted.
I didn't realize it was gone. I mean, I drive by that way, but for some reason I didn't look right when I went by it. But that's just a hole in the ground.
Oh, it is, man.
That would have been a real mess if we wouldn't have passed.
Oh yeah, they decided quickly that we're gonna leave them no choice.
What do we do now?
Big old mud puddle.
Well, what are we gonna do with that?
I guess
I'm not sure.
That's where those good paying jobs are going to be, right there in that mud.
It would have been a fine parking lot where they would have charged $25.
Hey, wait a minute. Now we're talking.
$30.
Did you say parking?
Parking?
That might be its highest and best use.
Ooh. Yeah, I saw a couple days ago, I saw Terry Black's Barbecue is going to come to San Antonio.
Oh, really?
They're building a spot in the Pearl, a huge restaurant with its own parking garage. So
no way.
Yeah.
It's been more than a decade, but former mayor Castro called it, when he got elected, it was going to be the decade of downtown.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a fair amount of investment. But what we're going to see over the next 5 to 6 years between Marvel on one side of downtown and our new baseball stadium on the other side of downtown, the city is going to be completely redone, renewed, rebuilt. The downtown is not the facelift we're about to go through. It's crazy. Not since '68 will we have seen just a transformation of our downtown.
San Antonio's downtown is also weird because it's spread out a lot. There's a lot of different areas that people will be like, "Oh, I'm downtown," and it's like, "Well, you're miles away from where."
It's true, because we consider downtown wherever. If you're close to the river, if you can get to the Riverwalk on one side or the other, you're downtown, and that's basically true. But most downtowns,
like someone called
pockets.
the Pearl downtown, and it's like,
well, to us it is.
That's
is
wild.
I
mean, that's
because the river
talking about
runs
the whole
by.
city.
Yeah, well, mostly, but I mean, I think downtown is, the Pearl would be considered on the north end of downtown, and the south end now will be basically
Southtown,
and it might go even further than that if they can ever figure out what they're going to do with the Lone Star Brewery. Then you go now. I think we'll grow downtown to the other side of 37. I think that now we'll consider the Alamo Dome part of downtown, which maybe, and then all the way to 35 on the other side, all the way to El Mercado. That's downtown, and we're talking miles.
That is a big stretch.
But when you ask people that, because we don't have specific neighborhoods downtown other than the Pearl or the Riverwalk, and the Riverwalk is all of downtown.
Yeah. Well, all right. All right. You want to take some of these calls, Rob?
Yeah, let's jump on.
Let's talk to. Do I have to push a button, Vic, or are you going to push a button? This is why we don't take calls. Vincent, you're on the program. Hello, Vincent.
There you go.
What's going on, fellas?
Good morning, brother.
Howdy,
hey,
good
Jay,
sir.
Man, I love this show, man. I love it.
Hey, thank
I just
you.
want to go ahead and chime in for a minute. I'll make it short. But I'm originally from Los Angeles. I may catch a lot of heat for it, but I make San Antonio my home. My family lives here, and I have a lot of family over there. But just what the plan for downtown, the lifestyle that's about to change. More businesses, and to be an attraction. If anything, it's going to be awesome. And, the Henry B. Convention Center can hold a lot of media outlets, and if we were able to hold a college football playoff game here, the Final Four needs to just stay in San Antonio. I mean, just this past year, it was tremendous how everything played out. I think this is going to be huge for the city. I'm excited. My family's excited, and it's going to make San Antonio a destination for free agents, and it's going to be at the top of the list.
You're right. Yeah. You just hit the nail on the head.
Playoff bid. That's what I want.
Okay, the primary problem with that is we haven't had a host school, and now we do it with UTSA that has a football program. But the hindrance has always been, and this is strange, the number of hotel rooms we can provide. We don't have enough hotel rooms for the biggest of the events. Like the Super Bowl, we don't even have half the number of hotel rooms required to put on an event like that. And to host a playoff game, there's a bare minimum number of hotel rooms you have to have available within 50 miles.
Well, and the other problem is even if the Alamo Dome gets updated,
and
it's not going to have the amenities that Jerry World or NRG have, namely like luxury suites that are needed to host an event like that. And that San Antonio just doesn't really have a stadium that's built for those things.
And we're gonna continue to upgrade the dome, but I do think that's always been kind of a problem, AJ. For the last 15 years, we knew that the dome didn't, but we've been able to, when in the total score sheet of what cities get the Final Four and what they don't, the one thing we do have is the giant building, which you have to have. You have to have a dome.
Yeah.
But everything else, while the in-place amenities aren't quite there, everything else, rates out at a 10. 10 for the host committee, 10 for the city, 10 for the need to travel. Park your bus and stay downtown. You never need to leave. We get 10s across the board.
10 for the food.
But the facility was always the problem.
Yeah.
We just need to keep the facility at the it's still going to be the bare minimum, but just enough to be considered, and we win it with everything else.
Yeah.
And I think that's our plan to carry through.
And by the way, that can happen. I mean,
it's going to happen.
New Orleans does not have the Superdome, even updated Superdome, is not a state-of-the-art stadium. They still get huge events because of what the city is. San Diego forever kept getting Super Bowls, kept getting huge events despite having an old crusty stadium because people wanted to go to San Diego.
Right.
The Rose Bowl continues to get events that are the Rose Bowl, the stadium itself is a dump.
It's 100 years old.
But everything associated with it is amazing. Like the weather's great, the views are great. The stadium's a dump. People don't care. They'll show up there for that game. San Antonio lacks the building structure.
And we're never going to have the best building, but we're going to always have one just good enough to be in consideration, and everything else will keep us there because we do everything else so well.
Anthony says AJ's a San Antonio hater. I don't know where that's coming from, Anthony.
He's just picking fights.
Yeah, I guess. Is this Gina?
Gino.
Oh, Gino. I thought maybe this was Madam Mayor.
Well, that would have been what he'd had to write.
Okay, got you. Good morning, Gino. You're on the Morning Huddle. Hello there.
Good morning, guys. Been listening for a while and love the show. And Rob, I don't know if you remember, but we met when we were coming back from the Army-Navy game. My son was the guy that intercepted the ball.
Absolutely, brother. Good to see you, man. Thanks for calling.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, all I wanted to do is add that I'm glad A and B passed, not just for the sports, entertainment, and everything else coming into San Antonio. I hope our leaders now take this advantage to bring in some corporations, to bring some businesses, so we can have some funding to do these bigger events like you guys are talking about, right?
Truth.
It's always great to have some big sponsors to help with these big corporations and with these big events. So I'm hoping our leadership takes advantage of it and move forward with this event. I'd like to hear what you guys think.
I think that if you build it, they'll come. And if you prove as a city that you're willing to invest, that you're willing to do your part to help corporate and private partnerships grow equally, people come. Companies come. If you're willing. Now, you just don't want to give away the farm to get them here. And that's always been the worry. But I'll tell you what, the great call is, you're correct. We are now setting the table. We are now preparing the place for the corporations, the big places to sit as we continue to grow as in the stature of one of the top 10 cities in the United States.
Yeah, it is a it is a chicken and egg thing, but I don't see. San Antonio feels like a spot where I would want to build more business. But although I from my understanding, at least from what I've gathered, is San Antonio's maybe slow to want businesses to come.
Well, there's a lot of things that will hinder some of the stuff that we really want. We might not have a workforce that's prepared to take on some of those bigger companies. We might not be educated enough. Might not have the prereq other things.
Because didn't Tesla want to build here initially?
No, not to my memory. I mean, they were. I mean, I think that was always kind of an Austin thing.
Okay.
But
maybe I heard wrong. But
here's the good news. Because Austin is the proximity to Austin to San Antonio, it kind of counts. It doesn't yet, but it's going to as years go on, and Austin and San Antonio become one entity, one contiguous city with different signs saying you're now entering New Braunfels and you're leaving New Braunfels and you're entering Kyle, but you can't tell the difference. Like you're driving through San Antonio and driving through Balcones Heights into San Antonio into Heights. It's all San Antonio. Yeah. We're going to have this contiguous city. We're growing into those kind of corporate sponsors. We're kind of growing there, But I do think that San Antonio is when you set the table, when you prepare a place and you prove that we are willing to work with you. We'll do what we can to make it as easy as possible to be here. We'll give you the appropriate breaks. You're still going to have to pay your fair share. We still got a whole city to pay for. I think if we monitor that, yeah, absolutely. This is all we've taken that step.
Let's try Moses. Good morning, Moses. How are you, friend?
Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you so much for having me. Love the show. Just really quickly, I went out. I voted yes for both.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to keep AJ here in town, man. He came from Las Vegas. I know Las Vegas is booming, and I really feel San Antonio has the potential now to be maybe not like Las Vegas, but be up there. You know, I'm a little disappointed the land bridge may not be happening. Hopefully, they have a backup plan for that because that was. I really feel that was really getting me excited to have that land bridge on 35.
Things are now that the thing has been voted. Now that it's passed, that land bridge can now come back into discussion.
Which basically
We're
like a
talking about
walkover
the
from
walk
the Alamo
from the dome to this cannot be built without a method to get them from there to here.
And it can't just be going under that one underpass.
Yeah,
that's
something
just not
will happen.
Work.
Maybe not in as picturesque as that first drawing, which was ask for the world and we'll live with what we get. And that the drawing, the first rendering of what the Project Marvel will look like. Yeah, that's everything, and we knew that wasn't going to be the case. But I do think the land bridge will certainly add to the beauty of it. But I know this, that the ingress and egress from that part of the world, or that part of downtown, is going to be one of the first and foremost things to be addressed.
Maybe a zip line.
Zip lining would be fun.
How cool would
there's
that
all
be?
Catapults.
Oh, yeah. Zip line down, catapult
Yeah,
up.
we could do all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah, I'd be for that. And yeah, Moses, it's certainly I told my wife, I said, if this thing fails, we're moving tomorrow. So I am going to stay.
Gone.
I've decided I am going to stay here in San Antonio because the vote passed. So if you wanted me to stay, good news.
So really, the 52% was a referendum on A.J. Hoffman.
Yeah, and if you don't like me, I'm sorry. You should have gone
have consequences.
You should have gone out and voted. That's right.
Or voted the other way.
Yeah. Sorry, friend. Sorry. Hello, Gregory. You're on the program. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you guys all. Thanks. Fan of the show. Respect to Rob. Listened to him and his brother way back.
Oh, man, you're old. You voted
yes,
for the
I
dome,
am.
didn't
yes,
you?
Loose skin and old balls.
This guy voted
Man,
for the Alamo Dome.
I remember him and his brother, indeed. My call is, again, congratulations to the city, my beloved hometown. Yes, for the Proposition A and B passing. Big fan. I am. But I just wanted to mention one thing, not to you guys necessarily, but to the listeners. The mayor was doing her due diligence by asking for this independent study. And some of the listeners just couldn't comprehend and understand what the word independent means. And that's all she was asking for. She's not against San Antonio. She's not against the Spurs. She's not against future projects coming into the city. She just wanted an independent study, not a study sponsored by the Spurs. That's not independent.
And that was a valid request. I don't want to interrupt you because you're right. But I do want to say I don't think people were so upset with the request for an independent verification of the numbers that were given. I think most people were concerned with the fact with why now? Why didn't you say this when you were running for office? Why didn't you say this way back when? You were very quiet because you weren't primaried, and we didn't have to ask you these questions. And when we thought that, and it was our assumption as a voter that we elected you to do this, and you had some misgivings that we didn't know you had misgivings about. So now when push comes to shove, you say, wait a minute. You're right. There did need to be that, and I don't think anybody was mad about the request.
It's about
we were
the
just
timing
mad
of it.
about the timing. Like you should have mentioned this 5 months ago when you were running for office.
Right.
And that's the
Well,
only
Rob,
thing I think a lot of people were mad
true. That's true. But again, I'm talking about the commenters online to this show,
yeah.
man. They're
You're
childish and stuff like that, and just. But yes,
Gregory,
I'm in
quickly,
favor of it.
Greg, do you believe that the mayor hid her trepidations through the election cycle to make sure that people that she got elected?
honestly, I really don't know what
She didn't
the
have
delay
to hide
was.
it.
As I'm going, but she didn't, man.
Because
but
she
again,
didn't run
the
against
woman
anybody.
Is,
right.
But the woman is accomplished. She's not an imbecile. She's not an idiot. She's quite accomplished academically and professionally. And you got a bunch of sports clowns talking junk, and they really don't know.
Her job. No,
Well, that's me. I am a sports clown.
I am too, but that's her job. Her job was to do just that, and I don't think anybody's mad at her. And at the end of the day, Gregory, she's got a W on her ledger. She was behind this. She was at the party beforehand. She was all in when the election happened, and so she's got friends on the other side. I don't think she was a detriment to the election, but there did seem to be a timing aspect where it got a little loud, a little late. And I don't think anybody's going to hold any ill will toward her because guess what? It's a W. We won.
Yeah, it's over.
And
no
that's
matter
true.
what she
and
did.
Last thing before I hang up, Rob. Hey, man, I do not work for the mayor's office.
I know you don't.
Okay?
I can tell.
Yeah, there's these clowns again. The guys online, man. You must be from the mayor's office. No. Oh God.
Well,
hey, love your show. Thanks a lot for allowing me to call in.
Absolutely,
Thanks.
brother. Anytime.
I in fact do work for the mayor's office. Little known fact. Vic says enough with the calls. He doesn't want to deal with you guys anymore.
Jesus.
Spurs Jesus, listen to me. I just want you. I want what you want, Spurs Jesus.
What's his real name? Richard?
I'm not sure he wants us to let that name out, but no, I just want to Spurs Jesus. Let's just talk reasonably.
Oh man, let's be reasonable, Spurs Jesus. I just want to take care of us. I love how she talked to him like he's a real person.
Just a regular old Spurs Jesus. Yeah. That's all.
I am the ultimate sports clown, though. That is a fact. All right, let's.
Great calls, thanks.
Yes, thank you guys. Good to again. We rarely do it. Rarely do we open up the phones.
And
but
if you're going to praise us, you're welcome back.
Yes, if you're going to say nice things, we'll open the phones more. Oh my goodness! Start every call with love the show. Especially AJ. What a handsome guy. When you guys do that, we're more likely to take calls. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. I got some baseball stuff that we haven't discussed. The awards finalists and
they're still giving out awards.
Yes, they haven't given them out yet, and the Hall of Fame stuff. We got to talk about that. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
I'm looking at my.
Oh, what do we have here, Vic?
Oh, sorry, I had the thing.
Yeah, you've covered it up.
Hold on.
It would be Ewald Kubota, my good friends over at Ewald Kubota around Central and South Texas. Hey, it's fall, and fall's time to get things done, whether you're heading over to the lease to get everything ready for the hunts coming up, whether the property's finally getting cleaned up or that expedition, that addition, all that business stuff that you've been putting off for the cooler months. It's time to get to work, and if you need a partner there, that's Ewald Kubota. Whether you're baling hay, you're looking for a brand-new hay baler, they got great deals. They're doubling warranty on the hay balers, and those are the best you can get. Whether you're looking for an ATV to get to and from or around your lease or your property as things cool off, great deals on the best equipment you can buy. And then let's talk about if you're in business and you need some heavy equipment that only Ewald can provide. You can get one-call service, one-call delivery. You can do everything you need quickly with Ewald Kubota. They know if you're standing still, you're losing money, and Ewald is not here to help you lose money. They're here to help you move on. And to further your business and personal relationship with Ewald, one of the things I love about walking into any of the Kubota dealerships around South Texas is John and his crew, if the offer is worth it, they will accept it. No reasonable offers ever refused. They know that's just the beginning of a long-term relationship because they're going to be here for you today, tomorrow, and for your next purchase. They want long-term generational customers just like me and my family. That's Ewald Kubota around South Texas. If it's time to upgrade, if it's time to get that Christmas gift, head over to any one of them and know very well that from the Texas coast to the hill country, Ewald Kubota, well, they're absolutely your Kubota dealer.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Have pain? Have chronic pain? Low back pain, knee pain, neck pain, or shoulder pain, I can help. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we get to the root of your pain. We don't just give pain medications, we do the proper investigation to see what is the root cause, and it's covered by your insurance. Reduce your medication, avoid surgery, and get rid of pain for good. Call for your free evaluation. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, where we get to the root cause of your problem. 210-468-1891.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio where I've practiced for more than 30 years. And San Antonio has really grown since I started practicing law. The risk of injury in a car crash today is greater than it's ever been because every day we're forced to share our roads with 80,000-pound 18-wheelers and some truly dangerous drivers. If you or a family member is injured in a car crash, know this. The insurance companies are mobilized against you. They have highly trained adjusters and a long roster of attorneys with one job: pay as little as possible. Their techniques are extensive, and I believe you have zero chance of obtaining a fair recovery on your own. If you're involved in a car crash, you need to hire an attorney as soon as possible after the collision and before you speak to the insurance company's adjusters. Now, I do not have a comic book nickname. I do not call myself the Law Eagle, the Tiger Lawyer, the Law Chupacabra. I think the practice of law needs to be taken more seriously. If you've been injured, call me, Jason Thompson, for a free consultation. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400, or my website, alawyerforus.com.
Stay warm and save money this winter with a heater tune-up from Right Home Services. Their expert techs make sure your system runs efficiently and safely. Call 210-444-0000 or visit righthomeservices.com. Get it done right.
The right stuff.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Hi, this is Sarah at the Department of Rejected Dreams. If you had a dream rejected, IKEA can make it possible.
I've always dreamed of a beautiful kitchen, but my wife just wants to stay organized.
You know what they say about opposites.
That they can't agree on a kitchen?
Well, IKEA kitchens come in many styles with a variety of customizable organizers. So maybe you're not opposites at all.
Beautiful and organized. Now we just have to figure out what to eat.
That's a different department. Get the kitchen of your dreams at a price you didn't dream possible at IKEA.US/dreamkitchen. Dream the possibilities.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
I think Tony's been away for a while. He says I stepped away. What happened to Kitty Big Balls? It's obvious he died, but why?
God, yeah. Oh, gosh. Were you doing time?
Yeah. When you say you stepped away, do you mean like
maybe he'd been
you went to college or something? I don't know.
Maybe he was on the rig.
Taxidermy right there.
Look up. There's Kitty.
We've got him taxidermied. He was eaten by a coyote.
Unfortunate demise out in the back 40.
but we took care of him, and
he lives in perpetuity here.
That's
in
right.
The studio.
At least during our show.
Yeah.
Jason,
he's here,
Jason
whether-
and Joe think it's weird to have a taxidermied cat.
Stuffed carcass is here, but in spirit, he's all around the entirety of the Connoisseur Media Studios.
He's not quite as soft as he once was, but
A little dried out.
You know. Oh, and when you squeeze him,
Also a lot cheaper to keep.
watch this. Watch, listen when I squeeze his tummy. Oh, what's that?
Man, what is
Do it
that?
again. Oh, you silly kitty. Oh, put him back up here.
They fit a speaker in
Dust
there.
him off.
They did such a good job on him.
Yeah.
Such a good job. All right. Where were we, Robert? Where were we? Oh, we were talking Major League Baseball. I said I wanted to get to.
Oh, yeah.
The awards finalists, and not just the awards finalists, but the Hall of Fame, the Contemporary Baseball Era ballot.
Okay, so this is interesting to me. There's a title change coming, I think.
The results will be announced on December 7th. And, listen, the Contemporary Baseball Era player ballot is one of these things where it's like guys who have fallen off the ballot for whatever reason. Is there a reason to put these guys in?
No, they have one more shot after Contemporary, then they get into the Legends. But you have to get a certain number of votes even to get there.
And there are 8 names on this list. And I would say 2 of them stick out amongst the rest. But you can make a valid case for a lot of these guys. Fernando Valenzuela's on the list. Gary Sheffield.
Which I thought both of those guys were in.
Gary Sheffield statistically has a real case. He
Crime dog, baby.
One of the most feared batters of all time.
That's McGriff. Sorry, I'm thinking Chef in Atlanta. Anyway,
Dale Murphy also has a great statistical case,
and he didn't. No matter what, he didn't live to see it.
He's still alive.
I thought he died.
No, he's still alive. Dale Murphy's still alive. Yeah.
You sure?
Yep.
I thought he just passed.
And still, Dale Murphy.
Oh, I'm thinking Rhino. Rhino's gone.
Yeah.
Same era.
Dale Murphy is like a multi-time MVP.
Yeah,
there's a good argument for him.
Every name except one on that list I thought was in.
Don Mattingly is not in.
What?
He was the best player on the Yankees during like the saddest time in Yankees history. Jeff Kent, another league MVP, one of the best offensive second basemen of all time. Carlos Delgado.
See, that was the one. Yeah,
Well, Carlos
numbers
Delgado,
add up, yeah.
Yeah, Carlos Delgado statistically, and a lot of it is he played in Canada for the most part. But put up some wild numbers. 473 home runs on a 280 batting average. He's a great player.
But now we're getting to the meat.
But here's the two that this vote really boils down to: Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds, who are, at least in my opinion, the non-Shohei Ohtani category, the 2 best baseball players I've ever seen play. The best pitcher and the best hitter.
Hard to argue.
Individually that I've ever seen play.
Hard to argue.
And you can argue, you can say, well, steroids. Okay, well, what I would point out to you is that there's not a failed drug test between them. There is speculation, there is innuendo, and I'm not here to tell you that that they are clean. I'm not a dummy. I got eyes. I know what's what. But I also know that in an era where you had to face a juiced up Barry Bonds, if you showed up not juiced up, you were going to be victimized.
Well, it is also.
And if you were having to face juiced up Roger Clemens, you wanted to have a little something yourself.
And it was promoted by the league. The league wanted it. They willfully looked the other direction. It was so good. For 4 years, it was required. It was must see and must participate. And to keep up with the Joneses, you had to do it. It was wrong. It was awful, and they paid the price. Do you think that the passing of Rose, where, there might be some guilt? I know this is an entirely different thing, but we're still on the same page of you can't come in because of things you did.
This wasn't baseball's edict. This is sports writers who are holier than thou.
That's what I'm getting at. The baseball writers, I think the writers, do you think they had some, wow, we hated him, but then he's dead, and now what? Do we ever honor him ever? And if we do let him in, do we let the living in? I mean, I'm ready for them to get in. I'm ready to turn the page. I'm ready for the truth and reconciliation process. Let's just admit the fact that it was silly and dumb and wrong and put them where they belong amongst their brethren.
Yeah.
Put them there, and let's not think of it again. Put an asterisk if you want to. Talk about the era and talk about what happened, but put the bust next to the guys that earned it, and they certainly did, man. I just can't imagine a world where these guys are sitting out, and we can't let this Pete Rose – let's not turn Barry Bonds into Shoeless Joe Jackson. Don't turn him into this legendary thing.
I hate to disparage any of these players that make the Hall of Fame. Like, making the Hall of Fame is a big deal, but if guys like I'll give you an example of a guy who just made it this last year, Billy Wagner. Billy Wagner
and Valenzuela's not in.
Was a relief pitcher.
Yep. A good one.
Good one. Roger Clemens is Roger frickin' Clemens. Like, this is the best pitcher who's probably ever thrown a baseball, and he's not in, but Billy Wagner is. And by the way, this is the other thing that I don't understand about these baseball voters. Like, they just make the decisions on who they think is clean and who they think is dirty. In my mind, nobody who played in that era is above reproach. And there will be people who are like, well, what about this guy? What about King Griffey Jr.? Oh, yeah, okay. You bet in your kid's life that King Griffey Jr. never dabbled?
Well, it's not so much that. It's kind of, there's this, if you didn't do it, that's fine. But I guarantee you knew somebody that did, and you didn't mind because he was on your team. You know what I mean? You might be able to stand clean as the driven snow. But you certainly probably knew somebody on your team that you looked at and said, man, you just put on 15 pounds and added 8 points to your batting average. I'm all for it because you're helping me.
Well, Craig Biggio, there are people who think Craig Biggio is clean as a whistle because he didn't wear batting gloves. He had pine tar on his helmet. He was a real go-get-'em guy. Okay, so you're telling me that in the clubhouse, it's Jeff Bagwell, Ken Caminiti, and Craig Biggio sitting around.
And you're the only one who didn't.
And Jeff Bagwell and Ken Caminiti are growing like the Hulk, and you're still skinny old Craig Biggio, and they're saying, come on, Craig, give it a try. And you're like, not me, guys. I don't believe in that kind of stuff.
You still benefited by it. Whether he did it or not, but he was the benefit of dudes that were juicing. So in the legal world, you're just as guilty. You drove the getaway car.
Yes.
So you can be pure as the driven snow, but you knew it was going on. You knew it was happening, and it helped you. So I think we acknowledge it, and we turn the page and act like most modern American families never speak of it again. Let's turn the page and act like we got the crazy uncle up in the upstairs and never speak of it again. It was a bad era, and we shouldn't have done it, but let's recognize what we did do and carry on.
It says, hold on, put some respect on Nolan Ryan's name. Listen, Nolan Ryan is the most dominant pitcher of all time, but Roger Clemens mixed power and Roger Clemens has 7 Cy Young Awards. Nolan Ryan has none. There's a reason for that. Nolan Ryan is a great strikeout pitcher.
I'm not talking about Nolan. I don't care about Nolan. Yeah. This is a Roger Clemens.
I'm not trying to disparage Nolan either.
This has nothing to do with Nolan.
But the idea that guy's out and Billy Wagner is in, the idea that Barry Bonds is not in the Hall of Fame, but Harold Baines and Tim Raines, who were like,
they were good on TV.
They were good players.
Baines was a great TV guy.
Yeah, that's cute story.
That's part. It's not obviously. Obviously, we're talking about the greatest hitter we've ever seen. I mean, that's my era.
Oh my gosh,
he's the most terrifying hitter of all time for my generation. I've never seen anything better. I know that. Now, Ohtani might get there, but the Barry Bonds era was unbelievable. Unbelievable. So even if he was juiced, whatever, it mattered. And I think I don't even need him to admit. I don't even care. Nope. I don't want Roger to admit. I don't think you have to. If you admit it, you'll get in. No, I'm going to acknowledge that I think you did, but I'm going to carry on. The numbers matter, and you won games. TV viewership was up. Kids loved the game, and you were the best at it while you were doing it. That's Hall of Fame stuff.
And what happens when one of these guys who's in, it's proven somehow that they did, like, I'll give you a great, there was a year.
Somebody on his deathbed says, I was juiced the whole time.
In 2017, they put in Jeff Bagwell and Pudge Rodriguez at the same time and just pretended like, these guys aren't steroid guys.
Don't you talk bad about Pudge.
But I mean, let's be serious for a minute. Like the idea that those two guys, there was no question they weren't steroid guys.
Well, the problem is everybody that played in that era is going to be suspected.
So why do we pick and choose?
Exactly. So let's just acknowledge that it happened, and we don't have to point fingers and say you did it and you didn't. Everybody, to an extent, either was doing it or knew somebody that did and didn't turn them in. So either you tolerate lying, cheating, or stealing, or you don't.
I tolerate it.
Well, I mean,
it's what the era was.
Unless
you know what I mean?
Actively called somebody and said, "Guess what? He's juicing." I got pictures.
Like if we're putting Larry Walker and Todd Helton in the Hall of Fame, despite playing their whole careers in Colorado and playing with an unfair advantage,
the astronomical height gene pool growth. I mean, you got huge because you moved to Colorado and could hit dingers.
Yeah, I mean, if Barry Bonds played in Colorado, he wouldn't have needed to do steroids.
So I'm just sick of it. And the funny thing about this is I don't understand what the generation that didn't see them play, but only sees highlights, if they see any of it at all, and they hear stories.
Yeah.
Now, those are the new writers, and I wonder those that are taking the place of those old curmudgeons. I wonder what their attitude is. Is it just something that you've been told that he was awful, so I accept that fact? That I was told that it was a bad era of baseball, so I accept that fact. But those that were there go, it was a glorious era of baseball. It was one of the best. It was fun. Things were changing. Guys were going from 125 to 200 pounds and hitting home runs, and Sammy Sosa changing colors as he went.
Yeah.
It was just a remarkable time in baseball. That was kind of like the Roaring '30s, where everything was criminally based, but it was fun.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But I think we just acknowledge it and carry on. And we're 25 years away from that. We're about
let's
there.
get
You know
over
what
it.
I mean? We're just about done with it.
To me, you can't have a Hall of Fame if Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens aren't in it. It doesn't even make sense. It's like saying there's an NBA basketball Hall of Fame, but Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson can't
gambled.
be in there.
We think he might have been gambling.
Yeah, let's be serious. The finalists have been announced for the Major League Baseball awards. The National League MVP finalists, Shohei Ohtani and two guys from the Dodgers parking lot. It doesn't matter who they are.
Not named Shohei.
Yeah, Kyle Schwarber and Juan Soto, who, by the way,
come on, Schwarber.
This is Kyle Schwarber, 56 home runs, 132 RBI, and has literally no chance.
That's too bad, man.
No chance of winning the MVP. And then Juan Soto, third time in his career he's been a finalist. 43 home runs, 38 stolen bases. Also, 105 RBI, 120 runs scored, and a league-leading 127 walks.
Well, that was expensive, but it was worth it.
In the AL, poor Jose Ramirez, who is the third guy. This is 30 home runs, 44 stolen bases. I mean, incredible. The other two guys, though, there's actually a discussion to be had. Aaron Judge and Cal Raleigh.
It's the dumper, baby.
And it is, I mean, the odds tell you they don't really, I mean, Aaron Judge a slight favorite.
Probably because he's better, but the dumper made a bigger difference. If we're doing MVP.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
53 home runs for Aaron Judge, 137 runs, 124 walks. Major league leader in all three slash stats. So,
how many innings did Aaron spent squatting with his ass on his heels? Answer me that.
0.
And then standing up and hitting dingers.
But he did. I mean, it's not like he doesn't play a premium defensive position.
Either one, you'd be happy. But it's just such a good story coming out of Seattle.
He did hit 60 home runs. Cal Raleigh did, which shattered previous home run records for a catcher, for a switch hitter. Became the seventh player in history to hit 60 home runs.
And was a hell of a catcher.
Did a lot of stuff. Yeah, caught 1,000 innings and is a above average defensive catcher. So there is a real discussion to be had there. NL Cy Young, Christopher Sanchez of the Phillies, Paul Skeens of the Pirates, and Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
When did the voting stop? Last regular season game?
Yeah, that's when it's supposed to be stopped.
Skeens wins it.
Probably so. Although, what do you get, like 5 wins?
It doesn't have anything to do with that.
Yeah.
You know, it's just the reputation. But Yamamoto, if we were voting today,
It'd be hard to argue.
It'd be hard to, but I think Skeens, day in and day out,
I
is
think
a
so
more
too.
frightening pitcher.
First qualified pitcher with an ERA under 2 since Justin Verlander in 2022.
And did Verlander win?
Verlander won the MVP that year. Yeah. And Skeens also got 216 strikeouts, tied for second most in the NL. Pretty impressive stuff. And then the AL, Hunter Brown of the Astros, very nice.
It's nice being nominated.
Garrett Crochet, and the guy who is likely to be the back-to-back winner, first AL back-to-back winner since Pedro Martinez in 99 and 2000, Tarek Skubal.
Skubal three-peat?
2.21 ERA and a 7.3 to 1 K to walk ratio.
He's better now than he was last year.
241 strikeouts on the season.
He's a beast.
And then Rookie of the Year, Drake Baldwin, the catcher for the Braves, Caleb Durbin, third baseman for the Brewers, and Cade Horton, a pitcher for the Cubs, are your finalists in the NL. And in the AL, Roman Anthony of the Red Sox, Nick Kurtz of the Athletics.
Smile when you say that.
That's right, who seems to be the likely choice. And Jacob Wilson of the A's are the finalists for that award. Your Manager of the Year, Terry Francona of the Reds, which got the Reds to the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. Pat Murphy of the Brewers.
That's it.
Who is already the reigning NL Manager of the Year. You going to give it back-to-back?
No, but he did the best job.
And then congratulations, Rob Thompson of the Phillies is up for it as well. And in the AL, John Schneider of the Blue Jays, Stephen Vogt of the Guardians, and Dan Wilson of the Mariners are your finalists.
Dan Wilson gets this.
Probably so. All right, let's hit a break. When we come back, I'm going to give away some Predator tickets. Oh, yes. You want to go see Predator Badlands in the theaters? You better stick around for the next segment. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
I hope you woke up this morning without dealing with any kind of pain. I hope nothing hurts. But if something hurting you today, you can get it fixed. Life is too short to deal with pain, and Arasti is out there waiting to get you fixed. They're all around San Antonio, Arasti providers. Now, you might be an Arasti provider and be a general practitioner. You might be a chiropractor and also an Arasti provider. Arasti is a certification achieved by medical professionals. It is the next step in getting pain fixed, and how they do it is extraordinary, because they attack the whole problem. When you walk into an Arasti provider, you get a full evaluation. They go and find out why you're hurting. And you might be hurting in a place that's not the reason why you're hurting. That was me. I had back issues, I thought, but I found out it was the hamstrings hurting my back. They fixed the hamstrings. My back problem slowly went away. That's what I want for you. If you're dealing with pain, go see an Arasti provider. First of all, you don't need a referral. You can go see them fast. Just make the call. And secondly, they accept most insurances. What are you waiting on? Write this number down. It's 1-800-404-6050. Their website is Arasti.com. There, they got a map of those providers. Go there first. But listen, don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. There's a fix. It's called Arasti, and it works. Go there today. Let them fix you, and when they do, come on by it. Thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We do have a couple of trouble spots. Let's start at 281 southbound at Stone Oak Parkway. Got a bunch of debris, a lot of bricks in the roadway. 2 left lanes are blocked. It's causing a 45-minute delay as you slow from Borgfeld. And on I-10 upper level westbound 35, accident, roadway reduced to 1 lane. Looks like only the right lane open for now. And pretty much most all our major freeway systems as we are into the meat of our morning rush hour. Just about everywhere starting to slow down. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. At Progressive Insurance, you can keep your career moving forward with growth opportunities, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces. Go to careers.progressive.com and apply today. That's careers.progressive.com.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí. Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Blue Star Tequila, the world's first and only 100% night harvested agave. And you might be saying, well, why do I care when it's harvested? It allows the agave to be harvested while it's resting and out of the brutal heat. Benefits to workers who would normally work into the heat of the day. It's just better for the flavoring. And speaking of flavoring, it's 100% additive free. No flavoring, sweetening, or coloring added, and it's unfiltered. Live your life unfiltered and do it with Blue Star Tequila. Find Blue Star Tequila at Alamo City Liquors, Costco, Specs, and Total Wine.
Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, collagen packed, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The porkrinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero College Football Post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at H-E-B.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station when you buy a Connecticut water softener. A free drinking water system installed at your kitchen sink with the cleanest, best tasting water you've ever had. Better for your coffee maker, better for cooking, better for everything. Free with the purchase of a Connecticut water softener, but only for a limited time.
Trust me, Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison. Connecticut uses less water and runs on kinetic energy.
And is the last water softener you'll ever own. Right now, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking water station when you buy a Connecticut water softener. This is a limited time offer, so don't wait. Call us at 656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE. Connecticut.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, it was a big day for the Cowboys trade-wise. What's the reaction? We'll ask RJ Ochoa, blogging the boys.
Of course, last night, big night at the polls. All the reaction from Prop A and Prop B. In fact, we'll talk about it with Councilman Mark White at 4:35.
And can the Spurs get back on track? They'll take it on the Lakers.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hey, the Ghetto Jam. Yeah. Hey, you want to go see Predator Badlands?
I do.
I know you do.
I do too.
November 7th, Predator Badlands. We've got some Fandango codes for a couple folks. Let's go with caller number 4. You'll win two tickets, you'll win 2 codes to go see Predator Badlands in theaters November 7th. I guess you could go anytime after November 7th as long as it's still in theaters.
Kind of a ridiculous turn that they've made the Predator kind of like a good guy.
He's hunted now. Who are these hunters?
No, they've turned him into a decent.
That's why I've got to know.
Got to cheer for him.
I've got to know. Caller number 2. Is that what I said? Caller 2 or 3? What did I say, Vic?
Who was paying attention?
No. Let's go.
I think you did say 2. You did.
Caller number 2. All right. Caller number 2. That'll work. I was telling you during the break, the UFC's in a weird spot right now.
Dude, this
thing's getting out of hand. Sports books have now offered refunds, and I lost money on this fight. I'm one of the people who lost money on this fight. Isaac Dolgarian lost to Yadir Del Valle on the main card over the weekend, and he started out as a minus 250 favorite, and a couple of hours before the fight, money was just pouring in on Del Valle. And so he was minus 140 when the fight started, but there was an inordinate amount of money placed on the prop that Dolgarian would lose in round 1. And this guy, Dolgarian, who does nothing but bang heads, the first thing he did in round 1 is shoot for some crummy takedown and get choked out. And it's like, there is... I'm not going to say it's 100% certain. I'm 95% certain he threw the fight. He's already been released by the UFC, despite that only being his second loss in the UFC. Like, this is a talented fighter. And apparently, he's not the only one. A bunch of fighters are coming out now and say, yeah, I've been approached about throwing fights.
So that's the fear here, because he was obvious, and it's the less obvious, the ones that just bet me to lose. Don't bet me to lose in what round, or bet me to lose by knockout. That's the thing that why draw attention to yourself? Pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. Just lose the fight. I don't care when.
Yeah.
I'm just going to bet you to lose and take that money, other than down in the first round.
Now, a thing that happened a while back, when James Krause, he was a coach who apparently was involved in sports betting to the point where he was giving money to his fighters to throw fights. And this kid named Derek Minner came in with a blown ACL and didn't tell anyone. And there was a bunch of money saying he was going to lose in round 1, and sure enough, he did. And now James Krause, his whole team's shut down everything. There was a guy in a South Korean lightweight who sent to prison because in 2015 he took money. He basically, there was an organized crime organization that was offering him more than his fight purse to lose a fight. A bunch of people bet money on it, and then at the last minute he changed his mind. He won a split decision, burned a bunch of these mobster types in South Korea, and he ended up in prison. It's a whole mess. This is obviously a huge deal for any sport, but when you're talking about a sport that involves judging and things like that, it becomes even more risky.
So do you rest comfortably knowing that they were caught, that they didn't get away with it, they tried it, it failed, we're carrying on, or are you of the mind that, well, it's going on everywhere and they were too stupid? Because I feel like, yeah, they got caught. In this generation, I think we're just going to have to get used to periodic scandals and just hope that the guardrails that we put out there, the protections, the algorithms, the following the money and all that is enough, because I know that larceny is in a lot of people's hearts. And I just expect that we're going to probably be taken advantage of sometimes, but for the most part, we're going to catch these bad guys and make them pay the price.
So let's put it out there. Like, Dolgarian probably was making $50K to show and $50K to win.
Right.
So if they come to him and say, hey, we'll give you $70K to lose the fight, which means now even if you lose, you're going to make more money than you were going to make had you won.
Right.
There are guys who will be like, well, hey, that's not beneficial for me. That $20K, if I win this fight, I've got bigger and better things. I've got another contract coming.
Ideally.
Now I can get this big money. But so if we say, okay, they're going to nip that in the bud, well, what happens when someone says, okay, well, we're going to offer you $300K, money that you're probably never going to make in the UFC?
So I rely on the fact that they're going to catch them and weed it out, and it'll happen again.
Yeah. You're probably right, because the numbers will just keep getting bigger, and it's a wild thing. All right, we're going to hear some Cowboy sound on the other side. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
On your ride to work, it's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson, KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. At Progressive Insurance, you can keep your career moving forward with growth opportunities, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces. Go to careers.progressive.com and apply today. That's careers.progressive.com.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Guys, you can feel your energy slipping away, losing what makes you you. Could be low testosterone. Take action. Synergenics and Low T Center can help reclaim your energy with a quick and simple free T-test. Visit a local Synergenics or Low T Center and receive pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, never compounded like other clinics. Experienced providers increase your testosterone to the level that is right for you. Discovered by most major insurance, affordable self-pay options are available. The best you is waiting. Book your free T-test at trtmvp.com.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700 plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Feel like hitting the jackpot? At Thomas J. Henry, we're making it happen, and you don't even need to buy a ticket. We're giving away $5,000 in cash every week to 5 people from now till December. And then in December, we're giving 2 lucky winners $100,000 each. No scratch-offs, no numbers to pick. Just go to thomasjhenrylaw.com and enter today. Thomas J. Henry. Big wins. No ticket required. No purchase necessary. See rules at thomasjhenrylaw.com.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the OrthoNow Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. OrthoNow provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, OrthoNow has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Kohl's Black Friday deals are dropping early. You can save up to 50% throughout the store all weekend. Yep, call it what you want. Manifestation, luck, fate. The point is, it's happening. Plus, you'll earn $15 Kohl's cash for every $50 spent on Friday. Shop early Black Friday deals at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. And thank the universe later. Select styles up to 50% off, valid November 7th through 9th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1783. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-1783. That's 800-575-1783. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Stay warm and save money this winter with a heater tune-up from Right Home Services. Their expert techs make sure your system runs efficiently and safely. Call 210-444-0000 or visit righthomeservices.com. Get it done right.
The right stuff. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Our heaviest delay as you get into your midday commute is downtown, 35 upper level northbound I-10 to McCullough. We've got some road work that's taking up 2 right lanes. Solid 30-minute delays. Got you slow from Nogalitos. On I-10 upper level westbound 35, this wreck has the roadway reduced to just 1 lane, only the right lane getting by. On 410 westbound Airport, we've got a disabled vehicle now off to the shoulder. And 281 southbound Stone Oak Parkway, we've got some bricks on the roadway, some debris in the roadway, right lane closed. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Results are in, and Prop A and B have passed. Prop A received 55.91% of the vote, and Prop B passed with 52.14% of the vote. That means Project Marvel is on track and a go. In the NFL, it was a busy day, and the trade deadline did come and go with the Dallas Cowboys making a huge splash, trading and acquiring 2 players. Defensive lineman and NFL All-Pro defensive tackle Quinnen Williams from the Jets in exchange for a 26th second-rounder and the hire of 2 first-round picks in 27. And Mozzie Smith. The San Antonio Spurs return to action tonight as they look to bounce back from their first loss of the season. They're in L.A. to take on the Lakers. The tip set for 9 p.m. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey now, 9:02 on the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. What a day it's been. A lot of Project Marvel talk, a lot of Dallas Cowboys trade deadline talk, getting Quinnen Williams and Logan Wilson, lest we forget, at the trade deadline.
The other guy.
The other guy.
Oh, you're the other guy, Logan.
So you're that guy.
What's your name? Logan? Oh, yeah.
Logan
we don't have a jersey for you yet.
Logan Paul?
Logan?
No? Different guy? Oh.
You're going to have to go to HR and get a pass key. I don't know who you are.
Womp, womp. But the Cowboys do make a move. There's maybe I'm in the minority of how people feel about this.
Again, I think you're not in the minority because I don't think there's anybody who goes, this was a phenomenal deal. We won this front. No, but I think you because you don't look through the blue-colored sunglasses that I do. The first thing you saw was, holy crap, you know how much this guy's going to cost you in 2 years?
Yeah.
You know how much this dude, by the way, while you like him, do you like him 21 million? If you like him 20, how about 25 million? Because you have to pay them that too. And there's no getting around it. It's not bonus money. That's the salary. So I see the less than optimistic view of the deal.
I get when your team adds a player, there is an excitement of it. And then you start to think about the repercussions. I went through the same thing when the Bills signed Von Miller. I was like, ooh, Von Miller. They got Von Miller. And then I looked at the deal and I was like, oh, my God, they're paying
$40 million for the guy.
What?
And it didn't work.
It didn't work. But, I mean, you still have Von Miller, and it's still better than not having Von Miller, I guess. But it's
here's the other thing. If Von Miller goes nuts and does what Von Miller does, it's quantifiable. You see him knocking a quarterback down. You see him standing up after a sack or knocking a pass or a tackle for loss. If Quinnen does his job, it's like good reffing. You don't notice. You know, he didn't get a tackle. They just couldn't run up the middle.
You know who I think arguably the best run stuffer in the NFL over the last 5 years is a guy named Vita Vea.
Yeah, Vita Vea for Tampa Bay. Ideal. That guy. How much did he get paid?
But Vita Vea is not like, I mean, Vita Vea, he does one job. Like he's got one, and he's really good at it, but it's just one job. And you don't pay the price for those guys that you pay for a Max Crosby or a Micah Parsons or anything. Like it's just not. It doesn't make sense. Here is Jera. First of all, talking about what he likes about Logan Wilson.
His ability to see it. Some people would think about it in a way of instincts, but he can read a key. A key would be the type of thing when, there's a lot going on in there, and I'm not going to be trite, but some guys have the ability to see a certain key and at the same time take a step up in the hole. He knows how to get in the gaps. He would remind you of I really don't know who to say his play style is. He's got a lot of length. Leighton, he probably has a little bit of that when you watch him play. But the main thing is, for what we need right now, he can come in immediately and help us at linebacker.
Did you say Leighton Vander Esch had a lot of Leighton Vander Esch in him?
Yeah, sure. I remember when Leighton Vander Esch got benched by one of the worst defenses in the league. Here's a great question they asked him. They asked him, why would you make moves when you've got less than a 10% chance to make the playoffs? This is something that I want to know Jerry's answer to?
Well, because you make a move right now that with that 10%, you would agree. You want to do everything within reason to get better. And everybody expects that. I expect it too. This is one of those. We're going to up seventh round in 27 and 26, I think. And that's not a meaningful move relative to giving up the future, yet it's a very smart thing to do to get this kind of player in here right now. We've got Overshawn on the way here at the same linebacker type position. We need help there. This will help.
That's the longest. So you're saying there's a chance answer I've ever heard.
Overshown feels
10%,
any day now.
Right? It's 10%.
Any day now.
And I got Overshown getting 10% right. So you're saying there's a chance.
Any day now. Any day now.
Overshown's getting healthier and healthier.
I saw someone make a comment yesterday, and I wanted to get your thoughts on it because this might be true, and if it is, I want to know if you think this is detrimental. The one thing that Jerry would hate more than dying without winning another Super Bowl would be giving up control of the team, like giving up the GM duties and watching someone else
succeed with it.
Yeah.
I think.
Do you agree with that?
I absolutely agree with it.
Like, is that his worst nightmare? It's a worse nightmare than dying without one.
Because he's got one.
Right.
And also, he got here where he sits today, the wealthiest owner in the history of the NFL, a franchise worth more because it was him. He did it. Now, he didn't win on the field. He won early, but he turned by his decisions. And he will always, you don't get where he is without believing my next decision is the best one.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to give it to you. This is mine. And then if I do give it up and you do succeed, whether it's your fault or it's just good luck, I'm not going to live through that. No way. He will cede control to his children. That's it.
Yeah. But I more meant like control of the roster, which
to his children.
Yeah.
That's it. Because he'd rather die without one and be the emeritus still with his hand on the controls, even though it's on somebody else's hand, but he still believes he's at the end of the day the controller. This is his, and it'll never not be his unless he sells the whole damn thing.
They asked him about the urgency, if there's urgency because of his age, to go ahead and grab himself one of these.
I don't have time, personally, to have a bad time. It's not on my schedule. And so I have a natural urgency because of my age. And so my tomorrows, the immediate tomorrow, are a big thing to me. On the other hand, one of the reasons that we made the decision with our big trade before the years started is because I didn't want to saddle the club with that kind of physical, financial responsibility. So it's still there. But the immediacy, the rest of this season, after the bye, that game, all of that is more acute to me than at any time in my life. So I'm into now, but I also have enough discipline not to get in trouble for years to come, which you can do in today's management of caps.
Okay, and then they follow that up with, does having that mindset, is it a conflict of interest with the best interest of the team? Because in my mind, it certainly is.
But it's my team.
No, you're right. And it's his prerogative to do that. But here's what he said.
I'm satisfied that I can make good decisions. I've made some bad decisions, obviously being trite. I am supremely responsible for where we are right now. There's no question about that. I accept that. That doesn't deter me from wanting to get it done and get it done now this year. It's very important to our future, very important right now that we come out and these next ball games that we play, we are as good as we possibly could be. That's motivational. That's motivational to the players. That's motivational to the fans. I know that. I've been doing this. Really, I've been in this game for almost 60 years. So I've got. I think that that's good for the team.
God, nobody else in the world gets asked that question.
No.
The fact that you're still alive is a problem. Do you think you're going to live? I mean, my God. Oh, man. I mean, you talk about bringing you back to earth.
Man. That is a little weird.
Do you think that the fact that you're alive is a hindrance to the Cowboys?
Here is Coach Schottenheimer talking about the trades that got made yesterday.
Yeah, it's exciting. Just, kudos to, Jerry and Steven and Will. And, I think, being aggressive but smart because, a couple of the moves we made, you're getting guys not just for this year but beyond, which I think is great.
Company line.
It gets you excited as a coach. And I think it's two terrific players, but also terrific young men. And I've talked to Logan. Still need to reach out to Quinnen, but excited to see both those guys here and get them welcome to the family.
Okay.
It's about next year, too.
Yeah, and
it's not about just this year, AJ.
It is different than last year when it was Mike McCarthy. Like, Mike McCarthy couldn't say anything about the future.
Yeah, he wasn't buying green bananas.
So I get it. But he also said it's not just about these two guys.
Yeah, again, there's a lot of conversation today, and again, I knew that these things were going on. I wasn't sure how it was going to play out, but again, I think it speaks to ownership, Jerry, Steven, their commitment to building this thing the right way and getting the right type of guys, but also impact players, and ton of communication with them today, also with Will. And just, exciting day for us. But, again, we've also got a lot of guys coming back from injuries as well. So it's not just something that, it falls on these two guys. It's, again, getting some guys back from injury. Demo should be back this week, and the safeties are starting to look healthier, and Revel. And so it's the right time for us, right time for a bye. And, like I said, very pleased with what we did today.
Okay. I mean, listen, your boss gets you some new groceries to cook with. You can't.
Oh, wonder where Eberflus sits in the level of urgency on Jerry's things to do list. Because now he's got some toys and he's getting healthy. If you can't do it now I don't expect you what I expected when I had Micah and the potential there. But now, if we can get healthy and you do get another nose tackle and Clark can get healthy and suddenly cornerbacks get a little bit better, the production better come from you now. Now it's in your, you've got players now, 2 new players.
Yeah.
I wonder how comfortable he felt over the last couple of days. I never got a whiff that he was going to get fired, but I did feel like there might be some reassignments.
I got that feeling too. I still think I asked you this before. If they fire someone on the defensive side, who are they going to replace him with?
Again,
you know
you're
what I mean?
right.
There's
And
not anybody in staff that you go, oh, this guy should get the like.
I hate to say it, but in the back of my mind,
I think now,
whenever Jerry's looking to fire somebody, who's his best friend? The guy that he calls whenever he's got a coaching issue, never hires him. Sherman, Cincinnati Bengal head coach forever.
Cincinnati Bengals head coach.
He bounced around for a couple years.
Marvin Lewis?
Marvin Lewis.
Oh, okay.
I always think if he fires somebody, he's just going to call Marvin Lewis.
I mean, maybe so.
You know what I mean? But he's not. I'm not saying that he would happen. But I do think that there was something in the wind. And now, at the very least, while Shoddy can go, hey, man, new groceries, Eberflus, man, you have to put this to work. You're going to have to do something, or you're going to be just like Turner was when McCarthy got here, a one-year wonder that we wonder what happened to him when he left, because you've slid from head coach to DC to position coach if you don't keep this job.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's entirely possible.
becomes linebacker coach at a college after he gets fired from this.
Which is, I mean, I don't think anybody's no one's hoping for that, but that's the reality. And if now you're getting better groceries, there may be even more pressure on him to do something.
So,
and again, I don't know that this is a winnable situation for him.
It'll be an interesting 10 days to see if there isn't a reassignment. Now you got all this stuff. Now let's shake up the administration as well.
And then they asked him how he's planning on using now that you've got so much money invested in these defensive tackles. How are you going to use these guys?
No question. Yeah, we've put ourselves in. We don't have room for error. And again, we're in a situation. Yeah, well, again, I think you guys saw last night some of the things we were able to do from.
My bad.
The 5-down stuff that we played. I thought that was very good for us. The first down efficiency was one of our best of the year, and you can never have enough depth at the interior part of the defensive line. But we'll roll those guys through. We'll stay fresh. But again, I do think that you'll see us continue to use the 5-down front. We liked some of the things. I thought Osa played his best game of the year, most disruptive game last night. I thought that was great to see. And the other guy that I think really jumped out last night, Todd, was Jadeveon. I mean, someone asked me about it last night. I don't remember who, but watching the film, I mean, as disruptive a game as I've seen from any of our guys this year.
That's the only thing that I absolutely firmly agree with. That Clowney is just an old pro. That's the dude came, showed up, and we got him late, and he's old, and he's the best guy we got.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally was the best defensive line we had. And Digazua did have a good game. This 5-down thing, there might be something there. But we're still so far away. Let's not kid ourselves. We added some good parts to the worst defense the Cowboys have ever had.
Yeah. And you'd say lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, this is lipstick on a pig
at best, at least for this season. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about what's going on in the world outside of sports. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1. Oh, my bad. I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. You know why? I got to tell you about Underdog Fantasy. Yeah, that's right, baby. Football, basketball, you name it. We're in the thick of it all right now. And you can play it all at Underdog Fantasy. That includes college basketball, which is now underway. We've got college football tonight you can get in on. And it's so simple. Whatever the game you play, you pick your favorite players. Are they going to go higher or lower on their stats? It's as simple as that. Rushing yards, rebounds, whatever your game. And if you're right, 5,000 times your cash. Does that sound good? Up to 5,000 times your cash. Would you be down for that? I would be. Just me. This week on Underdog, I'm actually looking for the Spurs against the Lakers. I'm looking for a bounce back from Wemby. So I'm going to go higher on his points and rebounds. Maybe the last performance tampered the market a little bit. So I'm going to take a shot with him, and I'll probably take a shot on higher on Steph Castle turnovers, just because I assume he's going to have to handle a lot of point guard duties, and you know how I feel about that. Download the app today. Sign up with promo code Alamo. You'll score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code Alamo. Underdog. Make picks. Win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from Newstalk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Our heaviest delay as you get into your midday commute is downtown. 35 upper level northbound I-10 to McCullough. We've got some road work that's taking up 2 right lanes. Solid 30-minute delays. Got you slow from Nogalitos. On I-10 upper level westbound 35, this wreck has the roadway reduced to just 1 lane. Only the right lane getting by. On 410 westbound Airport, we've got a disabled vehicle now off to the shoulder. And 281 southbound Stone Oak Parkway, we've got some bricks on the roadway, some debris in the roadway, right lane closed. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Need better sleep? Score huge deals on your perfect bed at Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale. Stop in today and let the sleep experts find the right upgrade for your unique needs. Mattress Firm. They make sleep easy.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country. 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI agent can be set up in minutes to answer calls and questions 24/7, so you never miss a customer, lead, or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, we have everything from tequila cocktails and extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails served over those beautiful icy balls. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails round out an adventurous drink menu that's second to none. And Twin Peaks hand-stretched flatbreads, oh, they're coming out hot. Close out your night with our favorite flatbreads. They're available during the late night hours, Sunday through Thursday for only $8. That's only from your favorite lodge, Twin Peaks. Eat, drinks, and oh, those scenic views.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night, and there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Hey, everybody. My name's AJ. This is my friend Rob.
Howdy.
This is the Morning Huddle. This is the Morning Huddle right here. You hear that laugh? That's Victor Brown.
Yep.
Good morning, Victor Brown.
Good morning, good morning.
Yes. Vic's got to go babysit.
Yeah.
Just another day.
What a life.
Every day.
You're a grandpa. That's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Loose skin and old balls.
This kid's not that old.
Gross.
No. I'm just glad I'm not that old to enjoy them, you know?
Well,
I can do stuff
you can
with
actually
them.
get off the couch.
Yeah, I don't need a cane or
Chase
anything.
them.
Yeah, you know what? You can do all the fun things grandpas do. You know what you should do today, Vic? Take him out and have pizza and ice cream with him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you won't love me tomorrow.
Well, what? I mean, come on. You can do all these things. You're a young grandpa. Come on, grandpa.
I'm diabetic and intolerant, so...
Have a pizza and go chase him around the park.
Yeah,
You're the most boring grandpa. Here, little boy, here's some broccoli.
Yeah, there you go.
And keep it down.
Here's some strawberries.
I'm trying to nap.
That's funny. Not funny. Did you see this plane crash yesterday in Kentucky?
So, first of all, to all of the young news reporters, all of you young reporters that were assigned to this huge story, it's Louisville, not Louisville.
Or Louisville.
Louisville. I heard on 3 different channels.
Who said Louisville?
Louisville's Muhammad Ali Airport. Louisville.
Oh,
Stop it.
Man, that's embarrassing.
Louisville. Which,
Stop it.
apart from that, my gosh, the video from that is horrific. Only 3 people. That's all we lost. Thank God.
That is wild. Yeah. And apparently it was going from Louisville to Hawaii.
It was a UPS plane, right?
UPS or FedEx, one of them. But it was fully fueled to go all the way to Hawaii, so that's why the explosion was what it was.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, just a terrible thing. But I mean, the idea that if you see the video of it,
only 3 people
and
died.
you say only 3 people died, it is mind blowing that only 3 people died in that thing. So I mean, this is, I guess it's if it can be a win, it's a win. That only 3. I mean, I say only 3 people died. That's you never want anybody to die, but that's a lucky break. There's a lot of musicians who, and it's not. I don't think it's just Trump, but I think a lot of musicians don't like politicians using their music.
If I was a musician, I would say none of it, unless I was all the way in.
Pay me and use it. Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather. I'm not Tiger Woods that other guys buy shoes too, or
yeah.
But I don't. You never know. I don't want to be affiliated just because I wrote a good song and you suddenly believe in something and think I fit yours. I don't.
Well, rarely do we see someone who's very excited that the president
Lee
used their.
Greenwood has made a pretty good living on one side of the fence with one song for a long time.
Nicki Minaj, though, very excited that a viral remix of her song "Bees in the Trap" matched up with 4 non-blondes' "What's Up" was posted by the White House's Twitter account. She said, "This is pretty incredible. Thank you. The President and First Lady of the United States of America." She joked that whoever uploaded the clip earned unlimited backstage gag city for life.
Well.
Oh. And the president said,
"Oh, well.
Tell me more about this."
You're not a low IQ type, are you?
Tell me about gag city. I'm for it. But yeah, she's very excited. So,
honestly, if you take away the person and just think of The Office, it's pretty cool if you're an artist. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, if you just take away the circumstances,
Although I think a lot
excited.
of people don't want their music associated with someone that they don't agree with politically. I could see that.
Yeah.
And I also think some people don't want their music used without permission.
That, to me, is overriding anything. This is my song.
Yeah.
And ask me first.
Yeah. It was a big thing. I know Rage Against the Machine, like, the idea that any politicians use Rage Against the Machine's music is offensive to me. Any politicians.
It was being played a lot in New York, I can tell you that.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, it is a very, very odd thing. Let's see. Oh. David Bowie. What a man. You might think,
Rip.
David Bowie, man?
Well.
Really? Well, turns out a couple years before the David Bowie exhibition opened up in London, there's a writer who came out as a lesbian, and she was fully encamped in the fact that I am a lesbian. And
I think I'm a lesbian.
Well, I mean, if I said that haircut was a lesbian haircut, if you put that on a lady, a lot of people would think she was a lesbian.
I care about a lot of the same things. Flannel, Birkenstocks.
However, going to a David Bowie exhibition made her realize that she was, in fact,
did she get a little tickle down there?
Lesbian.
Little tickle? Little arousal? Did it move?
Well,
I'm not gay.
Almost. It didn't make her not gay. It made her decide to
give it a shot,
to transition fully.
David Bowie, you say?
David Bowie, yeah, fully. He's got women who think I'm just going to be a regular lesbian. Into now that I see Bowie, I'm going to go the transgender route. I'm going to just change. I'm going to fully commit to now being a man.
My name's Gina.
I'm not really sure.
Into the game.
I'm not really sure how David Bowie
put some rouge on you. I'm looking for more of a lady man.
Wow.
Put some rouge on you, tuck it back, see how things go.
Wow.
You Look, you got a real pretty mouth there, Dave.
Yeah, very very interesting. There is a lot of, there's been a lot of controversy in late night television, with, Stephen Colbert, his show going away. Jimmy Kimmel had his issues. Well, Jimmy Fallon, and a lot of people are saying, well, the money's just not right on these late night shows. Well, Jimmy Fallon he's making sure that he is going to keep his show on the air. He has now started putting branded content sponsors into the sketch names, using the products themselves as punchlines, fully doing basically infomercials on
Gone NASCAR on it.
On the Tonight Show.
You're going to tag a sponsor on a joke. This joke brought to you by.
Yeah. This is, I guess it's one way to do it.
I work in radio. I've spoken into sponsored microphones. I sit in rooms purchased and paid for by other people. So, no, I'm surprised it's taken that long.
The latest is he was doing Dunkin' Donuts and Captain Morgan commercials, and he says it's really a competition show in which contestants vied not to survive but to sell you things.
Welcome to TV.
On Brand is a show that is already one big advertisement.
Have you seen the On Brand show, by the way?
Now they are using the Tonight Show as a commercial for On Brand.
Yes.
Which is a commercial for commercials.
It's a commercial for commercials. It is a self-feeding machine. It's a perpetual motion machine that will never stop.
There's a reason why late night television's failing, if that's the case.
Would you rather have that or 7-minute spot breaks?
Give me the 7-minute spot breaks.
No, I'm just saying, I appreciate a good spot break when I watch TV that actually has commercials.
Yeah, I think so. I think at least, commercials. You expect commercials on network television.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thing. Okay, yeah, it's just going to be part of it. If you tell me you got 15 minutes and an hour and a half, or 20 minutes and an hour and a half of television, yeah, that makes sense.
Or I could build them in as a punchline and we don't have to leave.
But the problem is they're doing both.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, we get it both. It's a self-perpetuating machine. No matter where you are, either watching the commercial or watching the show, you're still getting a commercial.
A man has a tattoo that is really causing him some consternation. Lots of people have tattoo regret. Maybe you've got a lover's name tattooed. Maybe you've got a butterfly on your lower back. I don't know. But there are people now who are saying this man has a large tattoo, and he says his large tattoo has caused him to fall into a complete and severe depression. Around 2 years ago, I completed this huge torso piece, and for a while, I really liked it. But over the past few months, I've really started to hate it and feel I've completely ruined my life to the point where I'm constantly anxious and my skin feels dirty because I know the tattoos are under my clothes. Though he says he likes the individual tattoos in the piece, he has begun to hate the symmetry and filler tattoos in it and has become extremely depressed about it and that he's losing hope. He feels like he's run out of option and added laser removal would be impossible, and I don't think I would like blackout either. So I feel like my option is to try and live with it, but I really don't know how I can do it.
Well, what's the tattoo of? Do we know?
It's a full chest tattoo of
so this guy's got issues.
Random stuff.
Yeah.
Just put on a shirt and get over it.
Good luck having that removed.
Yeah, that's a little bit of acreage. But
that ain't really an option. But that's also when you decide to do a massive tattoo.
How much was that?
I'm sure it was a lot.
Yeah, see?
What you can't do is get something that you think you're going to regret in 2 years is all he made it. And this isn't like, it all looks to be like old school, like kind of like naval sailor Jerry type art.
Was there tribals on there?
It's not a terrible, it's a full body look. But
it's not terribly done.
No.
But also, like, if you're going to go that route and you say, man, I'm gonna be the tattoo guy, you kind of got to expect that in 2 years, those tattoos are going to be there.
Well, also, if that happened overnight, like if he just walked in and left that day with all of that on his chest,
That
I could
wouldn't
get
happen.
buyer's remorse. But you slowly did this.
Over years.
And then when it's all
years.
done, you go, oh, I hate myself. I imagine this is just one of many, many, many bad decisions you've made. This is probably the least of your worries. You're probably in debt, underwater, and all kinds of bad decisions other than the tat you've dealt with. You need to fix other problems.
Yeah, that's maybe just get the no regrets tattoo right there.
Oh, there you go.
And then,
Hurts.
yeah, you won't have any problems. Finally, an appeals court has upheld the dismissal of a lawsuit filed by a New Jersey woman who claims she was ridiculed and labeled a Karen by children at I Play America in Freehold, New Jersey, and that workers did nothing to stop the harassment.
I'm guessing your name is Karen. It should be.
She's a 55-year-old woman. She said in court papers she was attending a birthday party with her 2 children on October 9th in 2022 when an employee incorrectly told her she did not meet the minimum height requirements for the go-kart ride. The woman told a worker and his supervisor that she had previously been given access to the ride several times without issue. While the employee and manager were speaking with the plaintiff, children waiting in line behind her became upset and began to shout at her because of the delay, calling her a white bitch and Karen.
That's what you get.
The woman was terribly embarrassed and humiliated by these events and felt discriminated against because she was wrongfully denied access to the go-kart ride.
Okay.
After being denied, she had to go back through the line past the children who were yelling at her, according to the suit, which caused her extreme emotional distress.
And what would
she was embarrassed and humiliated.
It's called life.
So you're suing for what?
For humiliation and
how do I fix your humiliation
and defamation? Well, if you're a judge, you say, "Get out of my courtroom,
Karen."
There you
we
go.
are unpersuaded by the plaintiff's arguments and determined the trial court did not err in its findings. The appeals court wrote. Now, while we do not condone children talking to adults in this manner, I Play America's responsibility to provide a safe environment does not extend to protecting patrons from derogatory and pejorative comments.
Nope.
Preventing certain communication between patrons is not feasible. Unlike dangerous physical conditions that can be inspected and remedied, or criminal activity that can be deterred through security measures, verbal insults that occur spontaneously cannot be reasonably prevented. So you're just going to have to be a Karen and take it and be embarrassed.
Don't say mean things.
So was she
I'll
tall
sue
enough?
you. Probably not.
Apparently she was. They were saying she's too tall.
Oh, too tall, not too short.
Yeah, because
because she's a big old giraffe.
Well, it's. I think because it's a kid's ride.
It's a big old lump-footed giraffe.
She's
woman.
6'9",
I think it's a kid's ride, and she was like, like borderline. Like I wouldn't be allowed on this thing. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
But either way, does it really matter? Like if they tell you can't ride, like imagine I go to Six Flags and I'm like, oh man, you're too tall to ride on the Rattler. What am I gonna do? Like,
let me see your supervisor.
What?
Let me see your
Bring
supervisor.
hold up the whole line. I'm just
just be like, all
I'm
right,
only
well,
6'7".
find something else. Who cares?
Okay, well, all right. All right, let's take our last break of the day, Rob, and when we come back, we'll wrap up the show the way we always do by taking a look at the daily line.
Yeah, go get yourself a tall glass of water. When was the last time you just really appreciated an icy cold glass of water out of your tap? Well, if you have a Connecticut, every glass is perfect. A Connecticut water softener takes care of all the well, if you're living on a well, sometimes well water can have a little tint to it. You know what I mean? That takes care of that. If you're living on the aquifer and the quality of the water coming out of there is outstanding, but it does bring up some sediment that ends up in your pipes, and over time, man, it just wreaks havoc. I've seen it. I've seen people without water softeners or with lower quality that have dealt with brand new refrigerators. Literally had to buy a new refrigerator because the water running through it clogged up their ice machine. I've had a Connecticut all of my adult life, and several houses even. I've never had to worry about that. I can't imagine. Seriously, the most important investment in your life, and you're not taking care of the water going through its pipes? What are you thinking? Well, everybody has their ideas about water quality. Connecticut, by far, is the best I've ever seen. I've been with them for long enough to tell you, I've never had a problem, never even had to use my warranty. And right now, if it's time to get a Connecticut for you, there's never been a better one. If you call them at 656-PURE today, Connecticut will come out and put a new water softener in your home for 90 days and not even ask you a question if you're already plumbed for it. They want to prove to you what I'm telling you. When you do decide to buy, there's great financing available. I'm talking about 0% for 12 months, and there's even money in your old water softener. And then on top of that, the gift. And I cannot tell you how important that is. The reverse osmosis drinking station out on our sink changed our lives. No more water bottles bought. We've got fresh, ready water for any machine in our home and also for our pets. I want you to call Connecticut today at 656-PURE. Get the thing you've been waiting on. Go to ConnecticutSA.com for all the details, but go get the very best and come on by and thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to SASportsStar.com now and register to win. SASportsStar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Energy slipping away, losing your edge? Could be low testosterone. Take action. Synergenics and Low T Center offer a quick free T test. Get pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, never compounded, personalized for you. Most insurance covers it. The best you is waiting at TRTMVP.com.
You're standing inside a secret prison. It houses the Nazi high command. I'm going to put Hermann Goering on trial.
Sony Pictures Classics presents Nuremberg, starring Academy Award winner Russell Crowe, Academy Award winner Rami Malek, and Academy Award nominee Michael Shannon.
Do you plead guilty or not guilty? Nicht schuldig. Order!
Nuremberg opens only in theaters everywhere November 7th.
Michelle Smallman here for Gainbridge and their Give Back program, Gainbridge Assist, powered by Parity. Gainbridge and Gainbridge Assist, powered by Parity's goal is to empower girls and women through sports and education, providing 32 organizations in 21 states $222 of grant funding during 2025. These grants aim to level the playing field and expand access to sports and education for girls and women across the country. Here's to a future with no limits for women's sports with Gainbridge and Gainbridge Assist, powered by Parity.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
The Post-Career Day press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Anthony, can you tell us what happened during Career Day?
I'm a biomedical researcher. The kids just weren't impressed.
How did you feel when your son called in the backup?
Embarrassed, and I knew it would be a fireman. It's always a fireman. It's cliche, but a crowd favorite. He had an axe and everything. I can't compete with that.
And will the fireman be helping your son with his science fair project?
Hope not. I'm literally a scientist.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is Joe Reinagle. You're listening to the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, here we go, Vic. You ready? You ready? Let's play it. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Morning Huddle 94.1. Uh-huh. Let's wrap up the show the way we always do, Vic. Let's look at the daily lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
Let's start in the National Basketball Association. Did you say Utes? The Utah Jazz are in Detroit taking on the Pistons. Pistons minus 9.5. Detroit coming off that win over Boston.
Yeah, they're a good basketball team, and Utah's not.
No, they're not.
They're just not a good team. Eventually, they're going to score a bunch of points, but they're not going to win a lot of games.
Brooklyn is at Indiana. Speaking of bad teams, Brooklyn's very bad. The Pacers 6.5-point favorites. How about the Sixers, who let the Bulls come all the way back?
We had Maxey with 40? He got real close. You had Embiid with 20. This wasn't so much about how Philly played. This is all about the Bulls. The Bulls are the most surprising team in basketball right now.
Well, the Sixers now, after that collapse, turn around and have to play in Cleveland. The Cavs are 10.5-point favorites.
It's not like they played that bad. That line's too big.
I think so too. Although I'm bullish on the Sixers in general this season. Man, I love fading the Celtics. This might be a night that I sit out. The Wizards are at Boston.
I got them at 11.5.
11.5 is the number. I'm just not interested in backing the Wizards in any shape or form. Minnesota's at the Knicks. Knicks minus 3.5. The Rockets, 7.5-point favorites in Memphis. This is the time to bet against Memphis. They're an absolute mess. Their best player doesn't want to be there, and if your best player doesn't want to be there, you think the rest of the guys are excited to be there? I don't think so. Pelicans coming off their win last night, which was
blind
sweat.
Squirrel. Well, yeah, blind squirrel finding a nut. Eventually, they're going to get lucky.
They're at the Mavericks. Mavericks laying 7.5 tonight. The Miami Heat are in Denver taking on the Nuggies. Nuggies minus 9.5.
Nuggets, I mean, Heat coming off a good win. They went to L.A. and had a good one. They won't get it tonight, but they had a good one last night.
Spurs at the Lakers. Lakers 2.5-point favorites here.
Is De'Aaron going to play or not?
From my understanding, it looks like he's not going to play.
It looks like it's not. Is Cornette going to play or not? No. Right?
I don't believe so.
That's the only thing that I look at that I concern myself with. With no point guard tonight, it's going to be really hard. It's going to be really tough. We're going to have Steph Castle go guard Luka, which could put him in foul trouble. It's just going to be a tough game.
And you need somebody to chase around Austin Reeves.
So, yeah, this is going to be a tough one. I think we are equally talented, if not more so, but I just don't like the makeup of the starters right now.
I don't either. Going on the road, this would probably be the first time that I would back. I would fade the Spurs, I guess. Mostly I thought the Spurs have been a good value pick here, and in fact, I lost money on them the other night against Phoenix.
We all did.
But here, I think the Lakers are rightfully favored, given what the Spurs are working with right now. And then Oklahoma City laying 3.5 in Portland. Portland's been good.
Yeah.
It feels like a short number, though, doesn't it?
It does, but what are they now, 8-0? Numbers tell you that a loss is imminent, and it's normally going to happen to a team like the Spurs when you go into Phoenix, or the team like them that's going into Portland, and Portland's better. So this
Portland
would not
is
be an embarrassing loss.
No, it wouldn't be, but I don't. The Thunder don't strike me as a team that. Again, my favorite thing about the Thunder, honestly, is that, and I don't know how long they can keep this up for, but they treat every game like it's Game 7 of the finals. Like, it is a real kind of like no days off mentality for them.
They grind, and they don't do anything extra either. They're going to beat you by 8.
Yeah.
Whatever it took, we're going to beat you by 8.
And then the Warriors are in Sacramento. The Kings 2.5-point favorites.
No way, man.
That does feel
That's dumb.
Feel a little off to me. There is some college football tonight. Northern Illinois and Toledo in MACtion. Toledo, one of the best teams in the MAC. Northern Illinois, one of the worst. That leads to a Toledo minus 14.5-point spread. That is a big one. And then Kent State is at Ball State. Ball State, a 2.5-point favorite there. Collegiate basketball. Did you see much of the Duke-Texas game last night?
Most of it. I didn't see the very end, but I saw enough to know. I saw about 30 minutes of it.
It was, the first 30 minutes were very different than the last 30 minutes.
Yeah, it was ugly basketball, and Duke kind of rounded in form.
They figured it out late.
But the takeaway for me is Sean Miller has changed the dynamics of Texas basketball. That wasn't Texas basketball that I'm accustomed to. It was gritty. It was tough. That's an old basketball team.
A bunch of grown men.
Yeah, they're not going to play a bunch of ugly ball. Tougher basketball team. Duke is just so freaking talented. They got 9 dudes that could start anywhere in the country. I mean, every one of them comes off. And what did you think of young Boozer?
Solid,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't just electrify you, but he's a winner.
I get why people aren't looking at him the way they were looking at Dylan Harper and Cooper Flagg a year ago. It's not the same.
Now, he turned it around the second half, but he was 0 for in the first, wasn't he?
Yeah. Only one matchup tonight in the top 25, and that is Creighton, who is hosting South Dakota, the Coyotes of South Dakota. Creighton, Vegas doesn't think so. They're going to go with 29.5-point spread
Dakota might cover that, man.
Creighton.
Don't they normally have a
You're thinking of
conference?
South Dakota State.
Oh, okay.
That's the Jackrabbits.
That's not who these guys
yeah,
are.
the Coyotes are usually very bad and are likely to be bad again. Texas State in action against Texas A&M San Antonio.
Which this is a brand new program at UTM.
Well, Texas State
Jaguars are going at it, man.
Texas State needs a get right game.
This will be
here,
a get right.
Feels like they could use a victory here. Apparently, also could use a victory. UTSA, UT San Antonio will host the College of Biblical Studies tonight. If you didn't hear yesterday, we gave you some numbers on the College of Biblical Studies that are astounding. They have lost some games at a impressive rate. I would expect that there's probably blowout city here again tonight. You can't even get a line on this game
because nobody knows who these guys are.
No, they're all made up
playing?
people. They're not. Some of them aren't even students. There's guys who work at the campus. So it's just Are you like basketball? Let's do it tonight. All right, let's go. And there's one game that I have interest in that probably no one else does. But if you like betting on basketball, here's my advice for tonight. If you're up for staying up late, this is a late tip on ESPN Plus. Loyola Marymount is hosting Eastern Washington.
I watched Eastern Washington play UCLA last week.
You did?
Yeah.
And what did you think about Eastern Washington?
They're not bad, but they're about to get run out the gym.
Yeah, Eastern Washington, the result was more like the fact that it was close was a lot more UCLA's doing than Eastern Washington's, and I think that's providing some value tonight. Loyola Marymount, who's a West Coast Conference team, pretty good program. They played a team called Lincoln in California, like a NAIA school. They beat them 137-54. Yeah. This is a good basketball team. I think they're going to blow the doors off Eastern Washington.
They're going to get 100.
And they are minus 8.5 tonight. I think they win by double digits easy. So if you're up for a late night, you want to sweat late night, that's the way I'll be sweating tonight.
You wake up to some money. You just lay the money in trust. That's what
the way
we say.
That's the way you do it. You gotta, in the words of the great poet, George Michael, you gotta have faith.
Yeah, look what got him.
Baby.
What it got him.
Is George Michael American?
No, he's Brit.
Was he?
He's Greek and British.
Okay, I almost said the great American poet, but I guess he is a great British poet.
And he's dead.
And I couldn't attribute his words to Fred Durst, even though Fred Durst also covered that song.
Oh, yeah.
One of
like Disturbed doing
one of the great
Garfunkel
covers of all time.
Like Disturbed doing the Simon and Garfunkel song. You go, oh, yeah.
That was Limp Bizkit's breakout song
wasn't it?
Covering George Michael's Faith. Who would have thought?
The irony was deep.
Yes.
Rich.
Oh, yes, it was. So there you go. There is your look at the daily. I guess we got some hockey games tonight. A couple hockey matches. The Mammoth, they're at the Maple Leafs. Mammoth is dogged in Toronto. Toronto minus 155. The Blues are in Washington taking on the Caps. Capitals minus 150. The Blue Jackets are in Calgary. The Flames are minus 120. The San Jose Sharks are in Seattle. The Kraken are minus 165. And the Chicago Blackhawks are at the Vancouver Canucks. The Canucks minus 175. Bunch of hosers, eh? Minus 175 there.
You could get an early game and then catch the Lakers Spurs at 9. Going to be a late tip tonight.
And then
or 8 o'clock.
The Thursday night football tomorrow, that line sitting at Broncos minus 8.5 against the Raiders. What a dreadful spot to have to play Thursday night football on this short week where you beat up by injuries already. You played overtime against Jacksonville. This is a bad spot for the Raiders. I think the Broncos are probably going to and you know me, Rob, I don't think much of the Broncos. Like, I think everybody overrates the Broncos. I just think this is a disastrous spot for the Raiders here. I think they get their ass kicked tomorrow.
All I care about is Superman Brock Hoffman.
No, Brock Bowers.
Brock Bauer.
Yeah. We want Brock Bowers to score many touchdowns.
He is Superman, by the way.
He's pretty damn good.
Yeah, he was stuck in his what is it, the lair of comfort or whatever it is for the last couple of weeks. That dude showed up and was the single best guy on the field.
Yes, he was. Although there was an NFL record set in that game for longest kick in history, which the Cowboys tried to top the next day. That got buried under the rubble of the loss.
I appreciate it, Shotty. I really do.
And by the way, not close. Let's stop. We're going to stop clamoring for 70-yard attempts. That was not close.
At least he did it.
He tried. It's the Bart Simpson meme with the cake. At least you tried.
Tried.
All right, friends, that'll do it for us. The Blitz comes up today at 2. You're going to hear a celebration of Prop A and B. Congratulations to San Antonio for that. We'll be back tomorrow. Do it all over again.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports.